Come on, come on, come on. You know who it is, and you know where it is. Season 1, Episode 6. Agenda over fucking facts. It's your dynamic duo. More chemistry than Andy Cole and Dwight York. It's your boy T.
It's the young sage Fanuel.
And we're back again with another episode. I know you man missed us, but we back, man. It's only 7 days in between episodes, so we got you. We staying consistent. Accountability.
Consistent.
Men that take accountability.
Come on.
You know what it is, ladies. But anyway, come, let's go, man. But another week, man. Another episode.
Another week.
How we feeling?
It's good, man. Apart from this weather's really dead.
Oh, damn.
Really gloomy.
Yeah, low-key, we actually picked just an arse day to record. Nah, not arse day, arse time. Small.
No. Does the weather ever affect your mood?
Small.
No.
Small. Like when I wake up, yeah, you know, sometimes when you wake up and like I don't know about your curtains, yeah, but like you know how sometimes like your light can like kind of get through your curtains.
Do you have quite thin curtains?
Yeah, small.
Okay, I used to have that, then I switched it to like these thick ones, so now I know that gets through.
Niggas trying to wake up depressed.
Wait, so go on, wait.
Yeah. See, now sometimes when that light comes through in it, obviously it can be annoying when you have to wake up in it. But I think once you get past that phase of like waking up and you're bare, like, ugh, I have to get up. Do you get what I mean? Rat race and all of them things.
Yeah.
Once
you can't even say rat race because we work from home. You know what I mean? We're not getting on the tube or nothing. It's better comfy.
But anyway, you know, like just say for example, like just like when you get up and you just see like nice bright weather, like birds are chirping, and all them things. Like it just feels good, innit? Bro, there must be some scientific explanation or something, but you just feel better. But when it's raining, you're just like, allow it. Like even I want to go gym after, yeah, but it's raining small. And I'm just thinking, I have to go gym, and then you take that negative energy into the gym, and you're just thinking, am I even gonna lift this weight? Like, do you get what I mean?
True,
right, it all just follows on. But anyway, we move. Positive vibes around here. You get me?
Come on, positive.
But yeah, man.
Do you know what? I'm trying to think of what I wanted to say. I think it was. There's been so much happening this week.
This week's been. Actually, you mean last week, innit? Because we're recording on Monday. We're recording on Monday.
So last week, yeah. Like a lot's been happening, both in my life, but then just even in the world in general. Like there's so much stuff going on. Like before we move on to our respective weeks, we wanted to try out this thing where, like, we start giving little like news nuggets, you know, like maybe satiating you guys a bit more. So rather than just having our stock banter, you can also get a bit more satiated in terms of world news and worldly affairs.
Niggas using big words. What's that? Satiate.
Come on. Because you know what, like, okay, like, because I was thinking, okay, like as we progress in this podcast, it's like, okay, bit by bit, you get to understand maybe the structure, you know, how things could flow better. I'll go more into flow later on in my YSS.
Oh, yeah?
But yeah, how things flow better. Quickly, you know some man can't make that noise?
What?
As in like rolling your R's. You know some man can't do that? Some man can't do that, you know?
Tongue's efficient.
That's mad, isn't it? I think it's something to do with like the languages of your mum. Not as in your actual mum, but like your mother tongue. Like some languages don't use that at all.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it's like I thought you were gonna say it's like that gene that you have. You know how some people have that gene where you can do your tongue so that it makes like a U shape.
Oh, you mean them witches and that? Yeah, no, that's weird.
Witches, yeah.
That's weird to me still. But no, yeah,
as you were saying,
we were thinking of like just adding in at the beginning just little news bits about the week. So obviously a lot that's been happening this week, I think everyone would have seen either on social media or on the news, is a lot going on, as in with in Palestine, isn't it? Free Palestine every time.
Free Palestine.
All of the
10 times.
Yeah, the quote unquote Israel Palestine quote in quotes war, in it, as the media's portraying it. But it's anything but a war, really.
Suppression.
I was gonna pass over more to T, because I can't lie, I'm not very learning in this. I think next week I was thinking to read into it and maybe do a segment on it next week for people like myself who aren't very educated on the matter and the history of it, because this has been a very long standing thing to our knowledge.
Fair.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll pass over to T.
Well, to be fair, like, even I feel like it's just one of them things where you won't really know what's going on. Well, life in general, you won't really know what's going on until you actually like do your own research into something. And like most people are lazy, and well, not lazy, but most people like won't.
They're in their own bubble.
Yeah, they're in their own bubble. Do you get what I mean? So you're not really looking at like wider issues and stuff like that. And when you are taking in those wider issues, you're getting it from the news. And obviously, everyone knows that as you get older, like the news can kind of.
You have to start watching Al Jazeera now.
Bro, I was even having this cover with my dad, you know. He was like, bro, my dad does not watch Sky News, he don't watch BBC, he don't watch any of that, bro. He's just like, bro, it's all like biased.
It's all agenda.
You get me?
Yes,
if you want to watch
agenda.
real news, you watch Al Jazeera, bro. You see when they're live, in war, fam. They got Kevlar jackets on, fam. But anyway,
it's mad, innit?
But anyway, let's go back to what we were talking about. Yeah, so obviously, so just did a bit of reading. Not saying that I know everything. Hopefully I do it justice. But we thought it'd be just out of respect and just so people kind of, you know, in case you don't know what's going on, or you haven't looked, or you haven't done your own research, kind of having a chance to maybe give out a bit of knowledge about the subject. So I saw a post on Instagram actually that was really good. Let me try and give the person credit because it was actually really good.
In the meanwhile, while T's looking for the post, the fasting season is over. Eid Mubarak to my Muslim brothers and sisters that observed the fast, that were part of it. It's finally come to a close. Obviously, this is out. Today is the 17th. This will probably be out on the 19th. Fasting finished, I think, last Wednesday, and Eid was on Thursday. So, one sec. Let me quickly do something I couldn't do.
What, drink? Drink some water. This brother's gulping it. Chugging it down, G. But yeah, man, large up Muslim people,
yeah.
There, bro.
And that's why I was even saying to T off air. I'm saying off air like we're live, but yeah, like, as in like we're the big time. But yeah, no, I was saying to T off air. We can't say like Eid Mubarak and that when these atrocities are happening and not like shed even some light on it. Even though we're like me mostly quite what's the word when you're I say ignorant is the right word, because I don't know, like I've seen small documentaries here and there, but I'd be lying if I said I was like learned on it. But I think that's the one good thing about this podcast, like when you're on a platform, it kind of forces you to like
be aware of stuff that's going on
and learn more stuff. Yeah, because of the impact of your platform. But yeah, go on if you found the post.
Yeah, so the person actually posted it is called, her Instagram is called Mind Over Moon. I think a few people have reposted it on their story, and I had a look at it. I found it really interesting. So she basically like simplified it down for like the average person that doesn't know anything that's going on. So I basically took like one or two notes from what she was saying. So she so basically the situation in Palestine, Arab Muslims, Arab Christians, Arab Jews, they all kind of lived in harmony in the place of Palestine. And then what kind of happened is after the Holocaust and the bad things that happened during the Holocaust, kind of, I always get this word wrong, anti-Semitism.
Anti-Semitism, isn't it? I suppose hate towards
Jews, yeah. So after the Holocaust happening in Germany and everything like that, anti-Semitism grew in Europe, and then many Jews kind of were not kicked out of and left Europe because of the way anti-Semitism was growing. So
bro, I can't lie, eventually there's a book I'm reading on that right now, yeah, bro. The way the man were treated, yeah, in like especially in the gas chambers, oh my god. Yeah. Bro, like it's just very quick, like it's called The Meaning of Man, yeah, and it's about a guy that was in a concentration camp and survived in it.
And then he writes a book about it.
And the whole book is about him being able to find meaning even in a place like that. And bro, bro, I think one day when I finish it, I'll speak about it. But bro, the atrocities these men were going through, matic. But sorry, go back because you had said anti-Semitism.
Just gave you a flashback or something.
Yeah, like bro, disgusting stuff. Bro. Oh my God.
So obviously, the Jewish people that kind of like emigrated away from Europe, a lot of them kind of fled to Palestine to seek refuge. So basically, as anti-Semitism grew within Europe, movement called the Zionist movement kind of arose, and that movement is basically an ideology that there should be like a Jewish state or Jewish only state.
Like land,
yeah, maybe like strengthen numbers after everything that happened. I'm not really sure. I can only guess, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
So on this post, she said that to kind of get rid of all the Jews from Europe, Britain stepped in and decided to give away Palestinian land to European Jews who are kind of seeking refuge. And they kind of did this without consulting the UN, without consulting surrounding Arab countries and the Palestine people themselves. So obviously that's already what's going on here. Do you get what I mean? So that's kind of where all the problems started. And then eventually, over like time went on, it kind of like Palestine became to get a little bit divided because there was like tension between the two different groups of people. And so then it was kind of a thing where there was temporary peace, the land was divided, but then the Zionist movement kind of grew stronger and stronger. They wanted more. So then what kind of happened was Britain and the UN decided to step in again, as you know, their man love to do. And they again split up the land into like different groups or quadrants. But what actually happened was how like land is in general, like anyone that knows land, there's obviously going to be places that have lots of that are rich agriculturally, that are rich like in transport wise, technology wise, all the good stuff that makes like land more valuable than another land. You get what I mean? But when it came to like splitting up the land, it was like the Zionist people were getting like the places of land that had more agricultural, that had better transport links, that had better technology, so forth and so on. So obviously this is gonna kind of leave the people that were living there, the Palestinian people, with nothing in a sense. So tensions kind of seem to get on worse and worse. And then it kind of got even more worse and worse, and kind of the Zionist movement got more aggressive. It got a bit more, lethal in the way that they were doing things, and kind of just turned into like a movement which was not war, but if one person is do you get what I mean, attacking one other person, it's oppression. So that is kind of like the summary of what I had read and what I had seen. And I saw another quote which was actually interesting. She basically like simplified it in a way that was kind of using like the example of like someone coming to your house. So she basically said, imagine someone lost their home, so you let them crash at your place until you find a better place to stay. But after a short while, they start bringing their friends and family to your house, and more people, and more and more. Then they lock you in a room to take a space for all the Jesus Christ, can I read? Then they lock you in a room to make space.
That's a question of the viewers every week. With the listeners, go on.
Then they lock you in a room to make space for all the extra people that the person that you invited into your room, into your house. Then they lock you in a room, and you're only allowed to come out with their permission. You also have to ask them before you use your own kitchen, your own bathroom, your own windows, access your own food, or go anywhere. Sometimes they will say yes and allow you to do your own things, but most times they will deny you your request. And if you ask for your home back, they will tell everyone how horrible you are and fight with you.
Damn.
Yeah. So hopefully I've summarized it. I've done it a bit of justice.
I feel like that definitely makes more sense to me now, because I barely know anything. What I was really seeing was like sort of diluted, I guess, filtered news from mainstream British media, and as you said, it's how reliable is that? But some of the scenes I was seeing, I was just thinking, bro, is this humanity?
Bro, it's not, bro.
Like,
it's not.
I can't believe this is real. I think I saw one post, and it was like how I think the UN or someone had said that Gaza would be unlivable by 2020. They said this a few years ago, and it's 2021 now. And some of the stuff I see, like them just putting like babies and kids out of debris, kids getting like shot and that. And I was thinking,
people crying over their dead parents. It's just like I see stuff like that, and I just, I'm not even gonna say I can't even imagine, because bro, you just can't, bro. Like something like that, happening, that doesn't even cross my mind. Do you get what I mean? So, bro, it's just, oh man, it's just, oh man. Even just thinking about it, it's just bare upsetting, man.
Do you know we'll use our AOF, albeit small, our small platform to like we'll consistently throughout the week, and like I guess however long it's in the public eye for, innit, we'll consistently we'll start putting up stuff, because we don't know that much about it yet, and I guess we need to be careful of what we post or don't post. You know, in the same way how you were checking what was like valid, innit? Or like if it's from a reputable source. But yeah, we're gonna like keep uploading stuff on our story until we're also learning in it, and then I think next week, so like this week, I'm gonna try and compile some more stuff about the history of it as well, innit? Yeah. So we can this is like a little short version, and maybe next week we can go into and then like just to bring awareness, and maybe next week we'll go into a bit more detail.
And if and if you're listening and you have like any knowledge about it, because I know like some people may have like more knowledge than others, because like I'm not Muslim, I don't really have like,
they may be more attached to it.
Do you know what I mean? I don't have like direct links to the country, so like if you've got like resources and stuff, like bro, send us a message. We can literally
and sister, bro and sister.
Did I say brother?
You said bro. Gender.
Sorry, bro.
Gender inclusive.
Hey, keeping me PC. I like that. But yeah, bro, just send us a message, even if it's a voice note. We'll just play it. Like we'll just play it into the microphone or something like that. Do you get what I mean?
Yes.
Or if like you have an article that's like useful, man, just slap it to us and then we'll literally just spit it out in verbatim. But anyway, yeah, man.
Calm. I guess the other story we had both heard was the immigrant fiasco in Glasgow, innit?
Man, it's just.
Wait,
do you know what? Man, you know what? The one thing that maybe this lockdown period has made me notice about has made me like, now that I'm starting to appreciate social media more. Yeah. So say for example, if you look at like obviously what we were just speaking about with Free Palestine, and we're looking about what we're about to talk about before. We look at like Black Lives Matter, like now, because there's social media, you can now just get like real news that's from the source, that's from the everyday person. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to go to BBC, you don't have to go to ITV that may give you some sort of propaganda. You're literally getting news from like someone who was on the street, like right there, live. They're giving you unfiltered shit. Do you get what I mean? And bro, like that's one thing I've noticed about social media, that's like a small positive of it. And another thing, bro, the protesting now. I feel like this social media thing, it's just gas niggas. Now when it comes to protesting, niggas aren't scared, bro. They're just saying like, bro, there's strength in numbers. I can literally just post, I'm protesting at this time. Bro, 500 man will just pull up. Do you get what I mean? So now it's just it's a thing where now like people are not scared when it comes to this protesting thing. If they see an injustice, they're riding out, bro. A revolution's coming. But let me not talk too much when the government tries to off me, fam. Bro.
What's it, how much do you know about it? Like, I think because I saw little bits on it on the news, and apparently they were hauled up in the car for 8 hours. Yeah, you had something like that, and you had some protesters putting their heads under the wheels and that. Yeah, I mean, them man were lucky to not get turned into ketchup, bro. one full start and they're gone.
I saw him flipping. Bro, I saw a clip on like Twitter, of like just bare people around like a bully van. I was thinking, what's going on here? And then I click on it, and bro, let me even find like a quote. There was a quote that people were chanting, and I was like, bro, yeah, this is real shit.
It's quite catchy, innit?
It was catchy, man. Let me try to find it. I wrote it down somewhere. Oh my god.
Because I think they were trying to take them on the day of Eid as well.
Bro, I'm telling you, I feel as if they plan it on purpose, because they know they're all like they're all gonna.
They're all in one place.
Bro,
that's diabolical.
So, bro, I saw. They were like. So I heard that they basically had two like immigration raid unit came, and now they've they've put 2 guys in the bully van to send them back home. I don't know where home is in it. But obviously there's this obviously one guy just said, I'm gonna be a hero today, innit? He basically lied in front of the van and in between the wheels for 8 hours, and he just said, I'm not moving, you have to run me over. And then apparently Bear Man got a sniff for this. Hundreds of people just started surrounding the bully van,
the bully,
and they were screaming, leave our neighbours, let him go, cops go home. Got a nice ring to it, innit? He's got a nice ring to it, innit? But yeah, man, I did that. I also feel as if like the immigration man there, they were just thinking, bro, with the current affairs.
I'm just trying to do my job.
Do you get what I mean? They're probably thinking with current affairs. If you do something, this is long. Yeah, it's long.
You know, like I saw the post. I was about to say post-match interview. I saw
the interview, the protesters.
They were like interviewing like the guys that had been, I guess, set free, and they were like asked that one of the best days, this and that. And I was watching, and I was thinking, well, for how long? Because I assume they're gonna return at some point to. And I didn't really, unless I misunderstood it. Like, did they go all the way to the top and they've, you know what, you're not allowed to stay in this country? I doubt that was the case.
I don't want to be that guy, but they're just gonna come
back. They're gonna come in. They're gonna
come back next week.
That's what I was saying. So but if anything, this pause has probably like I doubt they're even in Glasgow anymore.
Bro, they have to flee. Yeah, they have to, bro.
They have to dip, bro.
They have to flee, bro. They have to.
Do you have any confirmation of like their profession by any chance?
Nah.
Are you sure?
Nah.
You sure you haven't gone across anything?
Nah. One guy who I would not name.
He told me this up there.
One guy. Nah. I'm not even gonna say it because that's it. Nah.
No, say it because I want to say something about God. So, what did your guy tell you?
One guy off air, yeah. Obviously, I don't know if this is true. He was like to me, apparently the guy worked at like he owned like the local kebab shop or something. So people were like, he's part of the community, like he's like a proper part of the community. But I just think that man was just saying that for banter, innit? But
I can't. I want to know, was that a spot of good journalism or just racism? Like
it's racism, bro. It's racism, man. It's racism.
But no, I'm glad that they have tasted freedom for however long that is gonna be for.
I hope they bust it though. I hope they bust case, man.
I mean, I think they said that they'd been in the country for 10 years, innit?
Oh, say so.
And
man,
I think
man,
so.
Bro, they're citizen, man. Just give them a passport, man.
I hate to be that guy.
Ah, you kid!
No, but
I'm joking.
No, but you know,
you support Chelsea. You want to send them back?
No. Do you know what? I think these affairs are very like sticky in.
Nah.
My mum, like my mum's the type to watch it and be like, "Oh no, they should just let everyone in." Well, that isn't technically feasible, innit?
Yeah.
Like in a dream world, you want that to happen, innit? But it's just not possible, innit? Like I would hope that they get sorted out in any way that they can, innit? But I'm just curious. That I would love to know the follow up. Like, are they now going to be permission to stay? And like, if that is, that's great. That means that people were able to come together in a sense of democracy and bring about change, and that's beautiful. But then, if they've only really brought them a day or two more of freedom, then I would feel like, okay, then was it just for show?
Nah, they've got a head start, bro. They've got a head start. They can.
What as in,
to get away?
They're like 60 miles away now.
Yeah, bro. They've got a head
but
start.
You know, good luck to them. It's hard in this rat race called life, isn't it? So good luck to them. For real. I think that will probably end our new segment. Oh, you know what? We could briefly speak about flipping the COVID rates in India. Oh my god,
it's crazy. It's crazy.
Oh wait, let me get. I saw one stat up here. Yeah, okay, it's my mum. Oh,
she came in the room.
No, she came.
Was she trying to feature on the poddy?
No, like, literally just like came into the yard, didn't I? I could hear it. COVID rates in India, because bro, I saw this stat and I was like, oh.
I heard there. I don't want to sound deep, but I heard there there was just no oxygen left to like give out to people.
And now people have started selling oxygen on the black market for like mad inflated prices. I think
that's capitalism. You told me, and that's literally mad, capitalism, bro.
And like they're like burning people live, like as in dead bodies and that, which can't be good for the air. No, I mean as in bro, as in that's not good. Like, it's not a good way to. I didn't mean it like that.
Nah,
I
I know.
Especially when COVID is like a mainly a respiratory problem. Do you get me?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they have apparently 274,000 deaths so far, and 25 million cases. 21.2 recovered. Just to give you guys something to compare that to, we had 128 deaths. Now, I want you to deep how long COVID has been happening in the UK compared to, I think, how long has it been there for? Like less than like a month or two, I swear.
Well, COVID in India. I would assume it's just been there as long as it's been in.
Nah, man. Nah.
I feel like you're only saying a month, yeah, because you've only been hearing that COVID's.
Possibly.
No, because you've only been hearing that COVID. You've only been hearing COVID stories in India for the last month. Do you know what I mean?
The first case of COVID-19 in India was the 30th of January 2020. You see what I'm saying? That it was this year that they first started getting cases this year.
Bro, we're in 2021, G.
Yay! Oh my day.
This guy said it with confidence.
I read that and I was like, yeah, bro, you. Oh my.
Don't you dare try and call me dumb. Are you sick?
So then, wait. So then, do you know what?
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's the news.
Why are we only hearing about it now, then?
Bro, I'm telling you, it's the news. They don't give a damn,
Bro,
man.
what the
I'm telling you,
hell?
it's all propaganda. You can't trust no one, G. I'm telling you, bro.
I think they now have the largest number of confirmed cases in the world. Oh no, in Asia. Oh my god, I'm just spreading misinformation. The largest amount of cases in Asia, and I've got a friend who's there now, innit, and I speak to him now and then. And bro, it just sounds like carnage, innit?
What's he saying?
Like,
was he giving you any details or no, not really? Was it thing?
Really,
was it my man?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I wasn't really trying to like, cause bro, if someone's there, I don't think they want me to be like, yo,
reminding you how bad it is, yeah.
Like they want gimmick, innit?
Yeah, it's like how. It's like how when BLM was happening and white people were like, "Oh, are you okay? Are you alright?"
No, literally that. Yeah, so I'll just chat to him and see how he is in it on an individual level. But I think you were saying how like certain men were like jumping out of buildings and that.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Yeah, I saw that, but I saw an article that, but I was thinking, I don't know if this is legit, but if someone's writing that, that's even frightening that someone's even writing that. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
But yeah, man.
But yeah. As always, we're only partially informed, so we will probably put some more posts on AOF with more information on that. But let's
go to some happier news. I feel like we've just been sharing some dark.
have
Niggas definitely tuned off.
A word. Where are the two monkeys that make me laugh on a weekly basis? Why have they gone corporate?
Fuck me, man.
Let's segue into, I guess, our weeks, innit? We're now 27 minutes in. Oh my god, we actually spoke about the news for 27 minutes.
Corporate.
Oh my god, yeah. So let's segue into our weeks. How's your week been, man?
My week was alright. Had a bit of an interesting week. I got drum roll, please. Fired up. Got my vaccine, baby.
Must say they put that genetic mutation inside you, bro.
Bill Gates is tracking me, and
he's
tracking me as we speak. He's got me, nigga.
Go on, wait. So tell us about the experience. How come? Wait, you aren't over 40, so how did you, or over 50 or whatever? How did you get it?
Obviously, when you're a VIP resident in the UK, Boris just sends you that text saying you've been fast tracked. You get me? Nah.
Someone saw you on the mail.
Someone
saw you on the mail and I thought, bro, that nigga looks infected.
That nigga needs the vaccine.
Get him a vaccine ASAP.
Nah, what was I don't know if I can say this or not. Well, fuck it. I'm gonna say it. Manti. Man,
off the rails.
Manti's a GP, so.
Whoa! Wait, so you do you know what you are? You're a cunt.
Why?
You won't say your own profession, but you'll calmly give away your answer. Look at you, bro.
Yeah, but I've got many aunties, so you won't know who it is. And no one will ever know who she is. So it's calm. No, the feds ain't gonna listen to
being
this.
a GP though. That's a long course, isn't it? It's a hard word to become a GP. Go on.
Yeah, so my auntie's a GP, so she basically just like, because everyone in my house has been vaccinated, and my parents have been vaccinated. Like,
so she just casually broke the law to get you a vaccine.
Well, she didn't break the law.
How did it work?
Just
Oh, because I didn't know that.
Feel a little side in me. Give you HIV.
Did you meet her in a back alley with a dirty syringe?
With rats running across.
Yeah, no, for real. Tell us about your experience.
Yeah, so obviously she kind of patterned that vaccine for me. It was actually kind of far. I had to go to like Southeast London to get it done, innit? Bro, you know, I actually did it deep. London's actually a big
Massive,
place, you
innit?
know. Bro, I went from like my side, just like Westish, like West London sides, and I went to Southeast, bro. And I Google mapped it before I was gonna leave. I was like, bro, be like a light, like, you know how you just assume like most it can be is like 50 minutes. Do you get what I mean?
Bro, it's so bloody congested, man. The roads, it's so congested.
Bro, it was long, bro. So I went Southeast. It was like hour and 25 to get Southeast. So then I get there, and then it was supposed to be one of my auntie's friends to do it, but she wasn't even around. So I basically had my appointment booked. And you know when you get there, bro, it's like you know in them post-apocalyptic films, isn't it? When like
Lord.
when
You know what he said that I was thinking about? I thought he's not gonna say that.
nah, you know in them post-apocalyptic films. Have you watched like World War Z?
Yeah, that shit was scary.
Yeah,
I seen
bro,
that.
you know in them post-apocalyptic films where people are like, they're just running around, like everyone's in a rush, like people are running around.
Is this inside the hospital? Or
It was like an NHS clinic sort of vibe, innit? So I went to hospital.
when everyone was just bugging.
people were just actively busy, bro. People that were lined up together. It was like niggas were just like lining up for rations. So obviously I've been booked in. She's like, oh, like give me your name, your NHS number, all of that. So I've done all of that. So they basically take you to like a waiting room, and then you have to fill out this like form saying, oh, have you got any of these symptoms? Are you allergic to this? All of that jazz, just so you're covered in case you die or something. So then obviously I waited in a waiting room for like 5-10 minutes, and then that was calm. But like they run a very tight ship. So like when you're walking in, yeah, it's like they be like, yeah, you know how they're just like, you know them sort of jobs that you just got them busy people. You got them busy man. They're like, oh yeah, can you sit down there, please? Oh no, not that seat, the next one. No. You know all that man, and they just do a lot, bro. And obviously it's them ones because it's like COVID, and you're like, yeah, I'm the person that's orchestrating the vaccines. I'm doing my part for this country. You know all of that jazz. You got them nationalists there and that. You get me? So obviously them man are just hella busy. Like, oh yeah, just walk for that aisle, take the second right, then the second left, then the first right. Just doing them. So obviously, bro.
Wait, doing the most and giving you directions,
bro.
Oh, sorry.
Bro, they just do.
Sorry that you didn't go. Oh wait, so you went. Where is it? You know what? Find it yourself, mate.
Bro, they just.
What you wanna say?
Bro, they just doing it with bare vim. I'm just like, calm down.
Actually, bro, you know. I was waiting to like be on your side, yeah, and then he went, oh, someone told me to sit in a certain seat.
But they're just
then they
doing
gave me the
bro.
directions.
Like, they're just doing it with urgency, bro. Like,
I wonder why. People are dying. Like what? Bro, what is that?
Nah, I sound like a
ungrateful
chicken. I sound like
piece
a.
of
I
shit.
sound like when I
You
was
do, bro.
great.
You ungrateful piece of shit, bro. Niggas literally saved me alive.
Bro. Oh, nice. If you were there, you would just understand that they were just doing a lot, bro. They were just doing.
What did you want them to do? Like just kick the vaccine on a plate towards you? Like, yeah, take this, inject it yourself in the toilet. Fuck off.
Nah, I hear you, but bro, they're just doing a lot. But anyway, so obviously, there's like a little. So then I've gone through like a maze to get to the person that was doing it for me. So obviously I've walked in, and there's like one lady who's like on like the computer. Then there's like another lady who's like the nurse that's gonna do it for me. So obviously I've walked in, and bro, you'll be able to relate to this. You know when like, I don't know, like you go to the doctors, or I don't know, even if you go to the shop to go buy something, yeah, and like the person that's serving you is a black person, like you give each other the eyes and the smile that, oh, you're black, I'm black, you're my brother, you're my sister, you know them ones, like the black man nod, like stuff like that. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So you know how like a lot.
I hear those jokes. People that aren't black listen like, what are they talking about?
What am I missing out on?
And you know what it is. And you know the white person when they're awkward, that smile they give you, the little. You lot can't see us in it, but T can see what I'm doing. Where like, if you make eye contact with them, you don't know them. They'll do like an awkward smile.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that one?
Yeah.
That's the white man, black man nod. Yeah, go on.
So obviously, I don't know why, but I could just tell that like she was Nigerian, innit? And like, you know how like a lot of nurses and like just like NHS like workers, like a lot of them are actually like black or ethnic minority sort of people. Do you get what I mean? So for some reason I could just tell like she was Nigerian, innit? So obviously I've walked in, and obviously the lady on the computer is a white lady. So obviously I've walked in. I don't know why I could just clock she was Nigerian. Like
the white lady. I'm joking.
I'm such a nigga. But anyway, so obviously, I don't know why, but I could just know that she was a Nigerian. I don't know, like same way like you could probably you could sniff an Ethiopian out of a crowd of 100 blacks. Do you get what I mean?
I assume it's because you're Nigerian.
Yeah. So obviously,
I said 100 blacks. Oh my.
So obviously, I've seen she's Nigerian. So obviously, I'm like, oh, like good evening, auntie. Obviously, you know how like I'm Yoruba, innit?
Do you do that thing that we put your hand down or something? Or like, I've been taught well. I've seen that one, innit?
So obviously, I could just tell you Nigerian. So obviously, I've done like good afternoon, auntie, and I've prostrated a bit, innit? Like we call it dobala. Like
cool.
when you dobala.
Was it?
When you dobala.
I say it quick for me and the other man that not Nigerian. The what?
You just prostrate, like you just dobala.
Tabale.
Dobala.
Is it a D like?
Yeah,
Dobale.
I think so. Yeah, that's how you pronounce it.
Dobale.
Dobale.
Yeah. Okay, come.
So see, I've like dead down like give you that tea, and she's like, stop it. Like just saying like thinking like I could tell like she really appreciated it, innit? But obviously the white lady was like, what sort of spiritual demons are they casting out? Do you get what I mean? Like she's looking at us.
Someone clean that spot there. Someone clean it over there.
She's looking at like, she's probably clicking to me, hey, we got a situation here. Like, so obviously I've done that, and like obviously like we're just banting. She's like, so the lady's like, I'm giving like the lady on the computer like my details and stuff like that. And like the lady she's like to me, or she knows my name, because she see my details and that. So she just asked me, and you know the ones where you see like another Nigerian, or like another sort of person, you're like, so like whereabouts are you from? Do you go back home? Like what do your mum and dad do? Like she's asking all the questions, but I'm calm with that because like it's not her being inner, it's just her being like, oh my god, like I'm seeing another Nigerian, I can just like bust convo with them, sort of a thing, innit? Like she can tell I'm respectful and that, innit?
It's comforting, innit? Yeah. I hear that.
So
some kinmanship.
So obviously we're just busting banter, and then she's like, oh yeah, so Toye, I'm just about to give you your vaccine, and I'm just like auntie, like man don't really like needles in it, so just like take time. I'm just like auntie, like I don't like needles, because me, I hate needles in it. So
I can't lie, I think I'm weird that way. I used to love injections.
Man, you're tapped, bro.
Like I actually I used to like look at it like go on, and I used to like tense my arm and like it very.
Nah, you're tapped.
Go.
So obviously she's like, yeah. So I'm just like auntie, like I don't really like needles. Like it's just a thing. Like I don't really like. She's like, what do you mean? Like she's like, you're a big boy. But obviously she's really in the back. I was just like, auntie, allow it. She's like, she's like, just come on. Even though. So obviously she's like flicking like. She's like flicking the syringe.
That liquid, that extra liquid.
She's like flicking the syringe and like pushing it up, and I'm seeing just liquid come out of the tip, and I'm like, God will provide it. So
that liquid's about to change your genome.
It's about to change.
Gotta grow an extra ear.
Oh God! So obviously, so as she's about to like put it in it, like I pulled back a bit in it, like literally.
Did you look away, or were you looking at her?
She was like, oh, look away in it, but
that's awesome.
But like, I could just feel her coming towards me in it. So so obviously I moved away, and then she was like, Toye, come on now, like just in her auntie voice, yeah. And then even the white lady was like, you're a big lad, like it's only a small needle. I was like, shut up. Don't test.
Come on, Toye.
And you know now they've tested my manhood. I feel like they do it on purpose. Like they test your manhood, like, oh, it's only a small needle. So now I'm just thinking, alright, cool, it's a small needle, I'll furb it. So obviously she's pricked, and I'm just like, and she's like, weren't that bad? I was just like, yeah, it was calm with it. But yeah, it was calm. I didn't really.
Did it feel numb or anything after? Or was it like calm?
Yeah, like bro, like. It felt...
You know what? Try and ease people that are gonna get it, because probably bear man listening and haven't got it yet because they're younger in that age bracket.
Oh yeah, I can't lie. It actually wasn't that bad.
So what was it like?
I didn't really have any side effects. Like I felt completely fine after. The only thing that I really felt, which is like I would say is natural with
just a massive boner.
The palpitations I was getting in my heart. I forgot to mention just the random circle of hair that's growing on my arse cheek as well. But anyway, nah. In all seriousness, it was actually all calm. The only thing that like I only really like felt was like I just had like a bit of like numbness in my arm in it. So I got it done last week, Wednesday. I had a bit of numbness for like 2 or 3 days in it. So the only annoying thing was like she was just like don't like do like proper exercise for like 24 hours. But then I'll still feel numbness in my arm for like 2 or 3 days in it. So I just said like let me just brush off gym for like the whole week, which was a bit annoying, but is what it is, isn't it? But yeah,
is today your first day going back?
Yeah, I'm gonna go after we finish recording this still.
I'm curious. I guess we'll find out next week to see how your arm feels.
Next week I'm gonna be recording from a hospital bed with one arm. But now it was actually all calm. Yeah, she was like, apparently I get like my second dose. I should get it within like the next 21 days or something. But yeah, it was all good. It was all good in the hood. But yeah, it was just bad jokes. It's all good.
Fire's up.
But yeah, now I can go out and that. Now obviously with lockdown, the next restriction has come down. And I think this was a big one, innit? Because this one was a big one.
I think now like households can mix and that.
Yeah, you can mix like indoors with up to 6 people. I think you can also indoor dining. So man them can date night and that. Also holidays for countries on the green list. And I think there was also another big one. Oh, stadiums can have like I want to say 4,000. In the stadium for like football games and stuff like that. So yeah, it seems like a big one. Seems like we're about to get to a bit of normality. But yeah, that was my week in essence. I just got fired up, baby.
Calm.
How was yours?
Eventful. Trying to think what to go through first. So on Wednesday, a few things happened in it. Some normal, like my normal week, and some continuations of that lucid dream and spiritual shit. I remember what I texted you, that dream I texted you about.
You sent me a voice note, I swear.
About the door and that I saw.
Yeah.
So,
should I play the voice note or should I leave it? Should I play the note or should I leave it? Because I don't know if you say anything that can, finish us or not.
I don't think just in case, I'll just speak about it. So, I basically doing all this lucid dreaming shit. I'd come across the concept of spirit guides, innit? And my whole thing is in for a penny, in for a pound, innit? Listen, I bought the crystals. Let me go the whole fucking way. So
they're dabbling around here, man.
Yeah, bro, for real.
We putting the whole nugget in the barbecue sauce.
So there's this belief here that I guess some religions also share it's like a guardian angel. Apparently we all walk around with one, innit? Or a few even. It can be an entourage for some people of these like spirits that are just around you all the time that are trying to, I guess, just do the best for you, innit? And they might send you messages, either maybe through thought. It's different ways, through thoughts, through maybe visuals that you might see. Like there's many different ways, things you might hear, whatever. So I must have one night, I was like, you know what? Let me invite him into my dreams, him or her, and let me invite them into my dreams and see if they come through. So before bed one night.
No, I was about to ask you, how did you invite them in? Because I knew how you did because you told me.
Oh yeah.
But you were about to say it anyway, so it's bless.
Yeah. So I'm about to go to bed and then I just kind of say out loud about, listen, spirit guide and that. I know you're about in my room, which I think is a bit weird. My dad. Watching me sleeping at you creep. No, I was like, yeah, no, this week's been really cool, so safe, thank you, this and that. And I was like, I invite you into my dreams to start a dialogue, innit? Like, let's speak or whatever. So I go to bed now, and I remember I'm now in my room, and I'm walking around, and then I go, I think I'm lucid dreaming. I do the hand check that I usually do, and I go, my hands look weird. Then I say something in a dream, and there's a fat echo, and I go, I'm definitely dreaming. So then, now I'm in my corridor.
Question.
My house.
Sorry to interject. Now, have you noticed the progress in Fanuel's spiritual journey? He now knows and he's conscious that he's in a dream.
Mad, innit?
Couldn't do
Wait,
that.
sorry. Mom's calling me. Hi, Mom. You okay? Okay.
Hello, Auntie.
Oh. I'm doing my podcast. I'm joking. So yeah, I've now like realized I'm in a dream, and I'm in my corridor, and I'm looking at my bathroom door, and it's open, innit? But inside is not my bathroom. Inside is another place. It's not my bathroom. It's like one pier. Do you remember in Behind Her Eyes? It was like that. It was a door, but inside it wasn't my bathroom.
Yeah.
It was literally some pier, whatever. Then I see one brother in a brown suit running towards me, like one guy. And I'm now in hindsight, I'm thinking maybe that was him. Maybe that was my spirit guide or whatever.
Did he look like anyone that you knew?
No, like, because apparently spirit guides are people that have died who have decided to help in it.
Oh, okay.
So, and it's usually someone that was very like, spiritual in their life, innit? Someone that was like, who became like a higher person in their own spiritual journey while they were living, and then when they died, they were able to choose that, innit? So I see this guy running towards me, innit? And I remember it being a white guy in a brown suit, just running towards me, innit? But now I got shook in it. So I was like, I don't know what's going on. So I closed the bathroom door. Yeah. And then that's it. It closes. And then I go to my living room and the dream ends, innit? Then when I woke up, I went, oh shit. Like, was that my spirit?
Yeah. And
like, it was a bit confusing.
Bro told him, I'm allowing you into my space, then shut the door on him.
Literally, like, the way he was running, yeah, I just imagine like he was probably in that realm chilling with his other spirit guy, and he went, "Oh shit, I got a meeting," and then he saw me at the door open. He's like, "He made it." He was just running dart into the door.
It's like on what's that animation called? Death Note, when that spirit is like talking to the other spirits above, and he's like, "Oh shit, that's my time to go."
Bro, like that, and then I think because he was running, I got shook in it. I closed the door, and since then, I've been trying to recreate the dream and I can't. I've been having bare different dreams, but I haven't been able to have that one again. I'm trying to have that one again because what I want to try and do next time is step in.
And go into the other realm or whatever.
Yeah, and then chat to whoever that guy was, innit? But yeah, so that's what happens. I guess dream spiritually, and then in my actual week,
most of these two dimensions of your life, you know.
Come on. But then, like as the dreams went on, now I've been less able to. Like, I've just been having dreams now and not being able to
actually just
clock
sleep.
down.
Do you mean?
No, I was gonna say, as in, like, I haven't been able to clock that I'm lucid anymore. So I'll just keep having dreams and just being in them. I'm not actually going.
Okay.
I'm lucid dreaming. I don't know if this is weird, innit?
Go on.
So I saw this thing and it was like how apparently once you like start this journey, you start seeing like synchronicities, innit?
What's that?
And synchronicities are things like certain things that happen in life, that coincidences that don't make sense.
So like deja vu?
No, more just coincidences. Like something, like two things will happen. So sometimes it might be numbers. You might start seeing 11 everywhere. You might start seeing certain numbers everywhere. Or like events will happen that don't really make that much sense. So like for example, now I'm not saying this is that, but I just find it. I'm gonna relay some stuff that I thought was kind of weird, innit? So one of them was I must have ordered an Amazon package and it was these vegan tablets, innit? And it said that it's delivered now, and I checked outside my door. There's nothing there. I'm thinking, what's going on? But then I see a package opposite my neighbor, innit?
Yeah, but
and I look,
but
I think go on.
I was gonna say, you know them Amazon delivery services, man. They're just shit.
No. They made mistakes before, but the mistake will usually be they give it to someone on the same floor as me.
Oh, okay.
But this time, what's significant is my neighbours had a package as well, but my package wasn't there. So I've looked at it and I go, oh, that's not mine. So I've gone, so I've left it in it. So I start getting ready to go out, then I hear a knock on my door. Remember, I live in a block of flats here. Yeah. A knock on my door. Someone goes, it's like one white woman. She's like, hi, yeah, sorry, I live on floor 2. I live on floor. Actually, yeah, I'll say my floor because they didn't know my block.
Yeah, I hear that.
I live on floor 8, innit? And she goes, yeah, hi, I live on floor 2, and someone mistakenly delivered your package to me, this and that.
That guy must be shit at his job. How can you get 2 and 8 mixed up? What the fuck is wrong with him?
Alright, wait. So when I finish the story, you'll think maybe the guy was compelled to by a spirit or something. Bro, the delivery guy had whites in his eyes. Like,
he was doing the Undertaker thing when he's licking up. Oh, God.
So then she's knocked on the door. She's like, yeah, no, I opened it by mistake because I don't know how you opened it by mistake, but she was expecting a package herself, so she opened it. She's like, sorry, I said, that's fine. So I take it and she goes, by the way, are you vegan? And I must have gone, oh yeah. She goes, oh yeah, so am I. Now, what are the chances of that in a council block?
But did she...
I'm not being deep, but what are the chances of that in a council, bro?
Because vegan diet.
That she's vegan.
Because vegan diet is just very expensive, and you'd
Not even that,
assume that a certain like people that live in the
not even that. It's just far away from the norm of what someone would eat.
Yeah,
you get me? That's why it's the minority. So statistically, it didn't make much sense. And the fact that she was vegan and it was a vegan product.
Did she know? Had she opened the box to know that it was vegan inside?
Yeah, she had opened it by mistake. Yeah, okay. But then and in that week I'd ordered many things. I'd even ordered stuff on that same day that came early in the day. Why was this one thing out of 6 or 7 things that I'd ordered in the week? The one thing that went to another address, and the address it went to was someone that was also vegan. Now the other thing, but by the way, I'm not saying there's any merit to this, but I'm saying if it is a message or synchronicity, and I'm getting sent them, interesting. Calm. So the other thing I have on that same day, there's this woman who walks around my ends, she always walks her dog, and she walks around with a boombox speaker tied to her, and she's always playing music.
Okay.
Like while she's taking a dog for a walk, innit? And she always plays different songs, whatever.
She nitty?
Now I'm not sure. I don't think so. I think she's just vibing, innit?
Yeah. Alright, go
on. So one of my favorite all-time songs for some reason, because of the way it makes me feel, is KEB on a Mission. Innit?
Oh, this right here, I swear.
Literally that. So then, and on that day, I'd asked, can you send me signs, innit? So first that vegan thing happens, I'm like, okay, that's funny, innit? Now, I remember I said I'm getting ready. So after that just happened, I've gone, alright, let me go downstairs, innit? So I go downstairs, come on my block here. Why is this woman walking outside and she's playing that song? I'm thinking, and she never plays songs that I really like that. She's like, once or twice she'll play a song that I actually know.
What's she usually played?
Sometimes it's reggae, sometimes it'll be like old rap, and sometimes I like it, but none of those songs I would like. KEB on a Mission is one of my probably all-time favorite songs, and I don't know why. Maybe because of the period, and she's playing that. And I walk kind of
go. Now you finish.
It was literally about half an hour, or maybe even less than that, like 15 minutes after that first thing happened. And I walked out and I smiled. I said, "Yo, I looked up like, yo, are you trying to play me for a fool?
You trying to mess with your head?"
Yeah. So then found that funny, innit? But yeah. So anyway, so to the real stuff that happened now, we met up with my friend. I'd forgotten her birthday, innit, because I'm shit with dates, innit. I gone, calm, I'll take you out, innit. So then we went to get a munch at a restaurant, and then she had been to Accra a while ago, innit.
As in Ghana? As in Ghana?
No, West London. Yeah, Ghana, bro. What do you mean?
You said West London. I was thinking, nah, there's a my size. I would definitely have a place called Accra. I was thinking, oh god.
No, she went Accra, and just like she was just telling me like her stories, and I'm obviously not gonna say it, but like just the gist of it was, bro, pretty girls get treated differently, bro.
Yeah, pretty privilege is a thing, bro. Like that's just life.
And especially if you're East African in a place where it's mostly like West African.
Yeah.
It's like everyone sees you as like the gem type.
Supply and demand, bro.
Type shit.
Less supply, higher price.
Literally, bro. So her experiences were just mad, didn't it? Like even her way to socialize with people. She was like how she came with a group of people, her friends and that. They left, and off the back of people that she had known and met there, she was able to stay for another like 2-3 weeks.
Oh, so
without spending pee or nothing.
Oh, so wait, so the people that she went with, they left, and then she stayed.
She extended it for a bit, yeah.
Damn.
Just based off the back of people that she had met there.
Oh man.
Like I won't go into the intricacies, but like, bro, her holiday mad. Like one movie.
We should go around like Christmas time or summer. Because I know quite a lot of people go back like during Christmas.
Nah, I think it was. Part of me thinks it was at the end of. I have to ask her, innit? I think it's somewhere in between the last 5 months and like a year. I know that isn't a good gap.
That's very specific.
Vague, innit? But she went there. No, you know what? I think she went. I think she went back when everyone was going back. The year of something. The year of the return.
Oh, bro. I want to say a date.
I think so.
I get it wrong. But
I think it's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's when everyone was going back. I think it was then, innit? But yeah, no, we was catching up on that. And then I was on Wednesday. What else happened? Obviously Saturday, the FA Cup final.
How was that? Did you go out to watch that? Fanuel's a Chelsea fan, by the way, just so the viewers know.
Yeah.
Casey, have you noticed there's like his spirit is a little bit lower today? His feng shui. I see may say. Oh god.
Yeah. So obviously I've gone to watch it with my Chelsea ultra fans.
The same lads you went to Top Golf with.
Them man actually.
Yeah. They know what we're talking about. Last episode, episode 5. Lock in.
And like two extra Chelsea fans here, and obviously we watched it.
Up the Chelsea.
You know what's joke here? T always makes that joke here, and that's all the man was saying. And I felt like such a coon because T teased me about it. But eventually I was like, fuck it, up the Chelsea. But yeah, so it's Saturday. Yeah. We're obviously losing 1-0, and the mood's quite low. It's the 89th minute, and we're scoring it, and the room erupts. Like we go mad, like we won the World Cup. We're hugging each other.
Did you back your top?
Nah. They're screaming. Like, we were all screaming, hugging. Then someone goes, "No, wait a second." It got, and I got excited, and I'd sent a VN of us screaming to some group chats in it. Like, fuck you, cunts, yeah, we're coming back. And then it got disallowed in it, so I left the chat. I felt like I'm mugging it. It was actually quite like the mood was very solemn after that. But then after that, we went out in it like.
Drown your sorrows.
Also, something like so. Obviously, Ramadan finished, and obviously during Ramadan, I wasn't drinking or smoking in it. And I thought, you know what? Let me carry that on for a bit.
Yeah.
And that was the first motive I'd been to, or not motive, but first outing where people were like barking and drinking, and I wasn't in it. And I wanted to see, because you know how some people always be like, nah, if I stop drinking or if I stop bunning, then I won't be able to
mix with them sort of people.
Chill. Bro, it's not true. It's like, so then like,
it's just hard.
If anything,
that's it.
I think it depends, innit? Because like, it depends. I hate to say it because we're going back to that on your vibration, innit? Like, because you have to remember, when people drink or smoke, momentarily they're more open. Especially people that are drinking it, you're more open, you're more eased. Whereas when you're naturally that, you can seamlessly just chill with people like that and not feel like, and not be a prude or anything. So obviously we've gone out now. And we've gone to a pub, and bro, it was just vibes. They was drinking beer, and bro, there was a running joke because there was a salt shaker on the table, and that was what I would use to cheers everyone in it. Because I wasn't drinking anything. But like, bro, it was just vibes. Like we just busting joke, laughing beer, and until we left in it. But like, even one guy was like, bro, do you know what I like about you? He's like, son, I don't really know him too well, innit? Remember I said 2 extra man come back, seen him a few times. He's like, you know what I love about you? Even though you're not drinking, you're able to have a good one, this and that. Do you get what I'm saying? I was still able to partake in whatever. But then
you don't need substances to raise your vibration levels. Is that what you're trying to tell us? Your vibration levels are already high.
But then so that was Saturday, and then Sunday was a cool day, and I had an idea that I think people might want to adopt in it.
Go on.
So how often does your mum speak to your grandma, or does your dad speak to his mum?
Probably like once a week.
Okay, once a week. Does your grandma speak English or only her dialect, like only her language?
She can speak small English, not like
is it very small,
not fluent, but like we could have a conversation.
But would it be very surface level?
Yeah, small. Yeah, a bit surface level.
Okay, so then like,
but enough to like
go on.
Get on, if that makes sense.
So wait, so you see when you speak to her,
yeah, do
you speak in English? I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Calm. So similar to me. I don't know if you know your language because I don't know mine properly. Like, enough to, if anything, maybe I'm like your grandma in the sense where I know enough to get on, but not enough to have like an in-depth conversation.
Yeah, go on.
So I had this idea. I was like, okay, I'm always saying, I want to learn Amharic, this and that, so I can communicate with my grandma, blah blah blah. Because like, even when I used to be there for a bit, I learned my Amharic raised to a level where I could speak and converse, but not to a point where I could actually get to know her and ask deep questions and shit. Do you get me?
Like fully get to know her, sort of thing. Yeah.
So I had this idea, and I was like, why have I never thought of this? I wrote her a letter, and then I got my mum to read the letter. That's sick, innit? And in the letter, I could say whatever I wanted.
Because you know it's going to be translated in the correct way.
By my mum. Yeah. So I wrote like this in-depth letter in it of like how I am, how I feel like towards her, and vice versa, and just the nature of our relationship, innit? And then, because I hadn't spoken to her in a bit, innit? So I've gone and given it to my mum, yeah. and then my mum was reading it to her. And bro, like some of the words I'm understanding because I said I know some of this, so I could gauge where they were. And bro, I felt bare emotional. Like I felt like bare overwhelmed because like I could hear my grandma's reaction to it. And it's like there's this thing that like she'll be like, so there's a word that's like essay or gosh, and like essay is like yes, like yes, like it's like a like I receive it like yes, yes.
Like a warmth feeling.
Yeah, and she was doing that bit, and like she had like recently been going through some stuff in it, like health wise in it, because obviously when you get to that age, and then when she stresses, it passes down to my mum. My mum stresses, passes down to me. So, bro, my grandma was just elated, like bro, like top of them, like took that she's like, oh, I'm so blessed, this, that, blah blah blah. Like she's really gassed in it, and then like she's like, I'm gonna sleep so well tonight, blah blah blah. Because like she's always worried about us in it, because she's like thousands of miles away in it. So then. And then obviously, now we come off the phone now, and my mum's in like the best mood as well. And I was like, bro, this whole time I was here like, oh no, I can't do this because the language barrier. Come on, man.
Get creative. You're basically saying get creative. Yeah, I hear
so
that.
Like, I feel like every man can do that, innit? Like there's gonna be a lot of men that listen to us that they're probably children of diaspora. Yeah. That's the word we crack out when we want to sound smart.
Sound working that.
But no, I implore you to try it, innit? Like, if you have a relative that doesn't speak the same language as you, but you have someone that can be in between, write letters to them. So I'm going to start doing this, like, regularly, innit? Because she calls it maybe every week or every few days. And I'll write a letter about how my days have been, what I'm working on, what I'm trying to do. And then that will, like, because obviously your grandma loves you regardless, but now I'm going to allow her to actually get to know me as a man.
I love you even more, in a sense.
Yeah, or and get to know me properly, innit? Like, what I'm working on. Like, what I dream of, like my dreams, my this, my that, all of this stuff I can put into a letter, give it to my mum, and at the same time, it's like, well, this is when I think words are so powerful, isn't it?
Yeah, go on.
Just through what you choose to like to put them in it. So then, because I was thinking, bro, I do all this other like writing or like poetry or rap. I was like, bro, and I've never thought to use it in this sense to evoke an emotion in my own bloodline, innit? And bro, like my mum was floating about for the rest of the day, which obviously made me feel banging.
Do you know?
So then, lastly. Go on.
Do you know what I think it is? I think it's I think your mum felt that warmth, yeah, because she was finally seeing like her mum and her son like actually connect.
Nah, for real.
I think it was that, and I think like her just seeing that was like enough for her to be like, yeah, like these are the moments I live for. Do you get it?
For real. Like she felt so good, and I was like, so this is something to everyone in it. Like, but a lot of men think for my mum to be happy, I need to buy something, or I need to get to a certain financial status where, bro, more time it's these things that will mean the most to them, that are the most satiating emotionally to them, innit? Like these little things that don't cost a thing. But yeah, then fine. But you know, it's been that new segment took such a fat portion of my thing. Obviously for a good cause.
Bro, you know, I even looked down. Yeah, bro.
It's like an hour and 2 minutes.
I saw an hour and 2 minutes, and I was actually thinking back. I was thinking in my head while you were speaking. I was thinking, bro, like episode 1.
We haven't even.
Yeah, I was thinking episode 1, episode 2. When it was like an hour, I was thinking, yeah, time to round up. But you know, fuck it, man. Let's keep on going, man. Whatever, man.
Go with the flow.
Yeah, I mean, go with it. Roll.
So last thing that happened. Yeah, this is cool, innit? So this is actually mad. So like, me and my nephew play this game. Have you heard of Roblox?
Oh yeah.
So this guy's 9 years old. Just jokes to me. So like, me and him will be texting something. He'll use his mum's phone and he'll text me. And I think this guy's actually 9 years old. It's jokes. It's just jokes to me. Like the way he texts me is like it's just funny, innit? Just having conversations. So then it always starts with, "Hey man, I want to play Roblox, man. Where are you? please."
You can't say no to that, innit?
Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so eventually I'll be like, yeah, let's play. So we're playing now, yeah. And I was just thinking, bro, this game is very sophisticated. I checked how many. So on Roblox, if you've never played in it, if you don't have like a nephew or something, if you have and you don't have a nephew, that's weird. You're almost like you're nonce. I don't know why you're on Roblox, but anyway, Roblox, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Roblox is like, I can't lie, it's sick. It's like there's millions of games on there that you can play. I think I checked it. There's about 40 million different games on there, created by people on there.
Yeah, like it's one of them. It's one of them community games, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like all servers and like banging. I can't lie. So me and him are choosing like games to play, and then like that's kind of like quality time with him while like coronavirus has been about, innit? Because we can't go to households and that. So we were like playing and now just like talk and catch up, innit? So then we're playing now, yeah, this and that. And then at one point he goes, "Are you an engineer?" And I was like, I guess so. I was like,
Technically,
yeah, no.
in a way, you are.
Yeah, because I'm a software engineer. He goes, oh, that's cool. He goes, then he went, I want to be an engineer.
Ah, I know where this is going.
And then, do you know what I immediately thought? He can be whatever he wants to be, because he's my nephew. Damn.
Go on, expand on that point.
Like, bro, all these schemes that I say to you, like, off air and this and that, yeah, like kids, blah blah blah, bro, he will be able to do whatever the fuck he wants. Because I'm blessed in the sense, like, deep how many of our friends are in different fields.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? We're the start of something different. Like, do you know what I feel like? You see them white men that have connections.
Yeah, like say for example, like, I don't know, like you have a son and like he wants to be like a stockbroker. You just sling him to your friend that works at like
that type
JP
of thing,
Morgan
yeah.
or something.
Literally, and then in that moment, I was like, bro, by the time that I'm working, yeah, well, I'm working now, but by the time I'm like, let's say in a few years, or I'm more in a position I want to be, yeah, I'll be that person that, let's say he wants internships in engineering, I can pattern that for him. And I was like, bro, this is what us man need to gear towards. This is what our success is for. When the next generation of niggas are like, I want to be an engineer, we can facilitate that, bro. Like, I felt like, and even hearing him say that, yeah, I felt bare like gasp. I was like, yes, I can't like he's bare smart in it, but I was deep in
Create
like
some black privilege, fam, for real. That actually
real,
needs to be a
bro,
term soon. I swear to God.
we need it.
That actually needs
like,
to
bro,
be a term soon, for
bro,
real.
bro, by the time me and you are done in this life, hopefully it will be in it. Like, bro, like, I think you know that. I think that encompasses it perfectly. I felt in a sense that I could bestow some black privilege. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it was just cool, innit? Like, I just waved in it. But yeah, no. And then he went, oh, I didn't know you rap in it because I must have posted something to Insta in it.
How did he see it? You got Instagram? How did he see it?
That's what I thought. So he my sister has Instagram, innit? So he must see it.
Bro, you know kids are too tech savvy these days, bro.
Too tech savvy,
even my nephew as well, bro. He's like, how old is he? Oh damn, this is a good test. No. Oh no. Nah, his birthday was it?
No, T. Do you know what? You're okay, because bro, until like last 2 weeks, yeah, I wasn't sure what age.
Let me finish. His birthday was in March. What is it now? April, May.
Calculate your dear nephew's age.
So yeah, he's 3 years, 2 months old.
Oh, he's tiny.
Yeah, but bro,
that's calm.
But bro, give him a tablet. He's working his way to YouTube to find his best clips, bro.
I don't know if that's good, you know. I was deep in this the other day. I don't know if that's good, you know.
And the way,
as in that kids of this age.
And the way he's maneuvering the tablet, like he's flicking and swiping, it's like he knows what he's doing. He's making conscious decisions to like get to the video. Bro, nah, bro. I was like, nah, this is tapped. I was like, this is actually tapped, fam.
What do you think of that?
I think it's good and bad, didn't it? Cause
what is it mostly, in your opinion?
Bro, it's going with the times. It's going with the times, bro. Like that generation is going to be so like technology driven. Like even though like we are, like they're going to be on another level. They're going to be so technology driven. So in a sense, bro, they have to learn to keep up. You have to learn to keep up.
I feel like using the term driven kind of puts it in a positive light. I think the term you're looking for is addicted. What do you think? Like, bro, if a kid using a tablet from like 2 years old, like, how much precedence will tech have in his life by the age of 12? It's 13 and 14, 15.
That's down to the parents setting boundaries, though, isn't it?
Bro, I do not know if this is good, you know. I was deep in this as well. Like, even I didn't deep use. I thought when you mentioned tablet, I thought, okay, maybe he'll say 5 or 6. Free, bro. Free.
Bro, one time I saw him maneuvering. I said, this nigga knows what he's tapping, man. Oh, but yeah, bro. I think it's just like setting your boundaries. Because at the end of the day, like having too much of something will always be bad for you. But having too little of something will always be bad for you as well. It's all about finding the balance in life, man. It's all about finding the balance.
True.
It's all about finding the balance, bro.
So imagine, so he's seen the rap thing, he goes, I can rap too, innit?
Oh, God.
Bro, so I can't lie, I was ready to, you know when you hear something like, so you'll hear him like, just be shit, you'll be like, bro, man was spitting bars.
Shut up, man.
No, bro, I was actually mad.
How old is he? He's at 8, innit?
He's 9. He's 9. I was mad to, bro, I was actually mad to, he was spitting about like, God, innit? And bro, man had a flow, and I was like, oh, did you write that down? He goes, nah, I just remembered it in my head. I'm like, what? That's what Jay-Z was doing. Like, bro, I was like, bro, how are you? I can't do that, bro. I can't lie. You know, I heard that. I just saw cash signs in my eyes.
That retirement plan, fam. You know, even my nephew, fam. Even my nephew, yeah. Listen, this kid don't know it, but he's my retirement plan projected back. But he was like, because there was a time where like he was coming to our house like every day, like because my mum was looking after him. This is before lockdown and COVID and all of that. So obviously, when I would come home, there'd be like, you know how you can get those little like big inflatable balls.
Pause. Yeah.
So I would kick it at him, innit? And then every time he would walk over to pick it up,
Touch.
Every time he would go to pick it up, I'd slap it out of his hand and say, "No, it's training. You have to let him know he's not a goalkeeper. You're not picking up the ball. You're kicking it."
Wait, how old is he? The 3-year-old, isn't it?
He's 3, yeah.
Okay, go on.
Also, when I pass it to him, I pass it to his left foot. I don't want him to be right-footed. Left-footers have 10 million more transfer market value. So I'm trying to make the left-footed players are a scarce commodity in this football game. Nah, man, that guy has to be projected back in, man. Because I can't be in this rat race till I'm 50, man. I need a way out of here. I need a way out of here. He's my ticket. And if it fails, I go to the next nephew or niece. She can play football as well. But yeah, man, it's just jokes, bro.
I'm trying to think. Oh, I forgot to mention last week about the masters, innit? I got So, and I think it's funny because the first episode of AOF was me on that rant, saying how I had been like pushed out of a master's place at QM, Brete. Bro, shit comes full circle. So now I've been accepted into like Leeds Uni for a master's in AI, and I'm waiting on Bath to do the same. Now the reason why this is come on. Niggas
know what you went through. Season 1, episode 1. Look into that if you haven't. Post uni depression and all of them things. But yeah, man, people have seen the journey, bro. This is why we're documenting this podcast, bro. For stuff like this. Man, go get your accolades, man. Go get your accolades, man. Man, take it on.
Bro, do you know what it made me deep? I was like, bro, life, this actually links perfectly to the segment at the end, innit? But literally, you just let life do what it needs to do. Because deep it, back then, I couldn't fathom a better situation. Back then, I had no job and no masters, whereas now, I have a job in tech and I'm able to do a part-time masters at a better uni than I was previously going to do one in. You see what I'm saying?
Sometimes, man, when it's not your time, life,
it's not your time,
the spirits, God, it works a way to say it's not your time. And then it's your time later on. And it's a better time.
You know how sometimes they're like, sometimes you have to get out of your own way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I was doing. Because I feel like, because I was clinging to that path that I had made before, I couldn't fathom another one.
That's it.
And sometimes, do you know what I mean? If you're stuck in that, you'll miss a new blessing or a new way to go. But yeah, I'm feeling blessed right now. I'm waiting for Bath to accept me when they eventually will. But even if they're not, I now have a confirmed unconditional offer. So I'm going to be doing AI.
You know you're moving. You know you're moving.
Exactly.
That's it.
Bro, you know what's funny? Speaking of work, quickly before we actually fucking get into the content of the episode. Because do you know what I'm saying? Bro, imagine I had one one-to-one meeting at work, yeah. So like he goes, "Oh, how do you think things are going?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've been there calm. I think," and I go, I've been asking for more help, this and that. Because my main thing used to always be, I don't like asking for help. So when he worked, he goes, "Yeah, now so we were trying to get you towards not asking for help." I was like, "Nigga, I just got used to asking for help," and I was going, "No, listen, stop being a fucking burden and get
independent, nigga. You've had your probation period."
So then, obviously, I'm not meant to take that to heart, but today I was stuck in it, and then, bro, obviously, his words were in my mind. I was like, "Well, I'm not asking for help, then, am I?" Yeah. So I just sat there for ages, and you know, like it's calm because like you'll get this and work in it where it's like the tension of just not knowing what to do. Eventually, like as the days go on, and I bet it's the same for you.
Yeah.
Like you'll get a task, and then just as the days go on, it makes more sense, and you're able to make some changes. But some days you'll make you literally make barely any movement in it.
Yeah.
And I guess it's part of the process. And I just come.
I had one of those days today, actually. I just felt.
Is that sometimes? Wait. Do you know? No, say how you felt, because I was gonna expand on it. So like, how did you feel having one of them days?
It's bro, like I don't know about you, but what I like to do is like when it reaches like I don't know, like 4:30. Let's say I started at 9, I'm finishing at 5. I like to like go back to everything I've done over 4:30, just to like have a summary of what I've done. I look back today and I was just thinking, what the fuck was I actually doing all day? Do you get what I mean, bro? I was thinking, what was I actually doing, bro? And then like I feel as if another thing I can relate to as well, of that working thing is, especially with like working remotely as well, is that like, let's say like, because you know, if you're in the office, yeah, you got something small that you need help with, you can just like go, you can literally just like, I don't know, literally just roll on your like chair and be like, oh, can you help me with this? And like the thing that they would help you with would literally take like 10 seconds. It's just like, oh, it's there, like just click on this box, or oh, it's there, you weren't looking properly, something like that. But like now I'm thinking, to ask someone for that same help, yeah, I now have to message them on Teams and be like,
maybe get a call or something.
yeah, and be like, oh,
and it's a whole thing.
let's say, hi Jim, I need help with something, can I give you a ring, mate? Maybe he won't reply for like 1-2 minutes, 3 minutes. He's like, yeah, I'm free, Toye. I'll ring. I'll be like, oh, I need help with this. No, you'll do small talk for a bit, saying, oh yeah, how you doing? How's your weekend? But nigga, I'm just trying to ask for one question. You get what I mean? Ask for the one question. The one question is like 10 seconds. I'm just thinking, bro, all of that, I've rang you, I've done small talk. Just after that one question for 10 seconds, I just felt like a proper idiot, bro. Felt like a proper idiot.
Do you know? I feel like with the calls, like I don't know if it's the same for you. It's like, if you was in person, you'd probably ask for help way more, and it wouldn't be a thing. But then now you feel like, how many?
It's a thing.
I feel like I have to limit.
Yeah,
I have to limit the amount of times I ask for help.
You got tokens in that or something.
Yeah, like I don't know. I was gonna ask you. So today, I guess today we both had a similar day. Like not much was done in it.
Yeah.
So how do you feel at the end of the day? And is there a difference to the days where you get bare done?
You feel a little bit, I didn't really get that much done, but bro, you just say, I don't like to look back on things, innit? Just tomorrow's a new day, charge it to the game, let's go. Because what are you gonna gain from looking back at the day? Because what's done is done, what's happened is happened, bro. Looking back at it won't change. You ain't got a time machine, you ain't got a time capsule, you ain't got credit in the bank to rewind time. So what is looking back gonna do, bro? Just think, alright, cool, tomorrow's a new day, boom, charge it to the game.
I want you man to remember that, innit? Later on when I speak on what I speak on, Toye is very much someone that embodies what I will be speaking on, innit? Like and he has little quotes like that, innit? How he's very just kind of stress free, charged to the game. What is in it? There's not much you can do about it, innit?
Yeah, some people may call it cutthroat, but bro, that's life. That's life at the end of the day, man. That's actually life.
I wouldn't say that's I wouldn't say that's cutthroat. I think it's the opposite. I think it's the opposite of cutthroat, because you're being quite lax. You're not like, after you clock out or whatever time, you're not there going, oh, I wish I had done more work, or I wonder like what's gonna happen tomorrow. That's like, sometimes I get into that mindset where I'm like, and I think it's very much because of the tying of the amount of work you do to your self-worth or your usefulness, isn't it?
Yeah, 100.
You know what I mean? So I've slowly been getting out of that, but like, well, I was very rooted in that, and this kind of segues into the whole what was meant to be our main topic in the episode, the stresses.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like, times you stressed in your life, why you think you stressed that much at that time, and the way that we deal with stress now compared to how we used to. It might be a bit fruitless of Toye, because I feel like he's been like this from day dot, as in this very like kind of happy-go-lucky, like what is what isn't.
It's business,
very
man.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so
I think I get it from my dad. I can't lie. I get it from my dad. Like, my dad's he's the sort of guy where it's like, he's just got like a very like logistical business brain in it. Do you get what I mean? Not in the sense of just like business and deals and that, but just the way like he sees life. Like, it can be good, but it can be bad at the same time. Do you get what I mean?
Are you saying it's like, would you say it's very logical?
Yeah, like he's very logical in the way he thinks of things, and I think
like he very much understands what he can control and can't.
Yeah, and I think that's guys in general. Like naturally, guys will think more logically, and girls will think more emotionally. Obviously, you are gonna have some guys that think more emotionally. You are gonna have some girls that think more like logically. But like that, those are the stereotypes. Like more time,
the average.
Yeah, do you get what I mean? Before man them say I'm stereotyping man them and that, you know that.
Like,
you know them in there. You know them in there.
Get him up, AOF. Get him up.
Man, I mean to stay, baby. But anyway, but yeah, I think I just get it from my dad. It's just a thing where, bro, like it's just a thing where it's like, bro, alright, cool. You can control what you can control. Like, thinking about something that like you can't control, or you have no like reign over, it's like the only thing that's gonna add to your life is more stress on top of the stress that you already have from the thing that you're stressing about. So it's just this thing, just control what you can. But anyway, yeah, we go to stress, because there have been times I have been stressed, but
and that's what I want to unearth today, innit? And I want to find out in those times that you were stressed, how did you notice yourself dealing with it? Like maybe the thought patterns you were having, and how did you alleviate the stress if you did at that time, and then compare it to because the way you mentioned it is plural, like there's been more than one time. So over the span of a timeline, how did the way that you dealt with that stress change?
Oh,
see what I'm saying? So try and think of the out of the few that you can think of, try and think of the earliest one, and then we'll start there.
Bro,
go on.
The only really things I really think about, yeah. One, actually, girls. If girls are giving you stress, yeah, listen, a girl shouldn't be adding stress to your life, man. Them, if a girl's adding stress to your life, actually, that you gotta weigh it up. You gotta do a cost benefit analysis. If the this is how you know I did economics, bro. Am I doing analysis on the if.
Alright, guys, so you heard that he does economics, so that adds in another clue to what job
bro,
he
I
might
said that in the first episode, bro.
Yeah, never mind, guys. Okay, sorry. Go on.
Bro, if the stress that the lady or the other half is adding to you, yeah, is outweighing the benefits of her. As Claude said, R.I.P. rest his soul. It's time to go. It's time to go. Bro, but yeah, that's one thing. But yeah, man, man don't even dabble too much of that thing there, so I don't really get stressed like that.
As in stressful girls, which one? Do you know?
Just girls, man. That's just if stress with that is just long, so you just gotta cut that out.
Wait, so do you have a story when you were stressing about girls?
Nah, not really. Just general stress. Just general stress. You know how the general stress you get when you're chatting to a girl and just chatting bears. But let me stop talking to us. I'll go Kevin Samuels on your asses. I'll go Kevin Samuels. I'll go Kevin Samuels on your ass.
That guy was a savage, bro.
He's a savage, man. Anyway, as I digress.
Go on.
But yeah, to be fair, the only really main thing I really got stressed from is mainly uni, you know. Mainly A levels.
Well, so
I would say A levels. A levels. I was getting a good one because that's just where it's like you're trying to pattern your A levels. I feel like A levels are harder than uni anyway, but like you're patterning your A levels, and then on top of that, you're trying to pattern your future, like uni, all of them things there. So it's like, oh, uni, what am I gonna do after my life? No, but I still got to do A levels. Bare content, rare. So obviously, you may have some like personal stuff you're dealing with in it. So that's slapping you, that giving you one left hook, then uni's giving you one right hook, then personal life's giving you an uppercut. You're just gonna be knocked out on the ring, innit? So, but then we say bro. I have a policy. I have a three-way policy. Yeah, this is my three-way policy when it comes to stress. 1, will I die?
1, will you die? Okay, I like that.
2, will my loved ones die?
2, will your loved ones die? Okay, I like it so far. This is cool.
What was the third one?
This is very profound.
The third one was, bro, will I be poor?
3, will you be poor?
Will I be poor? Will I lose a substantial amount of money where I don't have enough to live? 99.9% of the time, it's no for all 3 questions. So don't stress.
So do you never? Because I feel like a lot of the times. By the way, you picked a perfect time because.
And can I control it? Sorry, can I control it?
Oh, yeah. So 4, can you control
it? More time.
So you know what?
Bro.
Quickly say them. Quickly say them in conjunction together. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, will I die? 2, will my loved ones die? 3, will I become so poor that I can't live? 4, what's the 4th one? Can I control it? I think that's the most important one. Can I control it? More time. Obviously, at my age, when you're older, you might have the 3rd one that's beating at your door, saying, beating at your door, saying, I need to feed the kids. But like, bro, them 4 questions, like, bro, like 99.9% of the time, bro, the answer is no to all 4 of them questions that you're stressing over. So just look back at the whole thing, take a chill pill, and just think, alright, cool, it's a mad thing right now, but weather the storm and you'll be calm. That's how I see. That's how I
sound
see.
bite.
Maybe it's a bit too logical, and it's not thinking about the emotions and
No,
stuff.
do you know what? I think that's definitely going to be the soundbite. One of the soundbites for the episode, by the way. That you just listened to 1 to 4 because that was cool. I think one thing that defo is a factor of it is, as you said, how many emotions. Because obviously, stress is usually arises from a logical place, isn't it?
Yeah, true.
So because a lot of people know that these things aren't worth stressing for, but they can't control the amount of emotions. You know, that fog. That's why. Sorry to cut you, but
that's why, like, even though I say that, yeah, because a lot of people, they might have heard what I just said, yeah, and just be like, oh, what's this guy talking about? He's chatting shit. Because when you're, as you said, when you're in that position,
when you're in the heat
of it, bro, you're not thinking logically. All rationality is out of your head when you're stressing, bro. Do you get what I mean? Like, I've stressed at times, and bro, I'm not thinking about my 4-point policy. Do you get what I mean? So it's like, obviously, it's easier said than done. But if you have that at the back of your head, maybe it might be more likely. You may be more likely to think logically while you're stressing. Do you get what I mean? So,
I think the more stressed an individual is, and the more anxious, maybe the more you have to reinforce it than your average person. That's usually how it works. I think Toye. Okay. Toye was.
I'm clicking to agree with you, bro.
Toye picked an interesting time. Because in A levels, I had a full on breakdown.
I think that's when most people have their breakdowns. They're like their first one.
But bro, this thing was weird. Like and this shows how two people can go through seemingly similar things. But as T said, your personal life can do this, that, rare. Like the way in which you can deal with stress can be different to someone else. And I'll say what happened to me and what I think maybe I was going through that. So I remember here. So bear in mind, I was just an anxious person in general, innit? But I didn't realize that. But my foundation was that of an anxious person, innit? So it's exam season now, A levels. I think I was also doing like 5 A levels or something.
Bro, you just loved doing the most, bro.
Bro, I was stressed, bro. Like, I was there. And imagine I was doing 2 years of maths in 1 year. I was so stressed.
Did you further maths?
Oh my God.
You seem like the sort of guy that would do it.
Nah, I did maths, but just 2 years and 1. So I did the whole A level in 1 year. I shouldn't have done it looking back.
So you did like C1, C2, C3, and C4 all in AS.
M1, M2, yeah, all of them.
Damn, that's more or less further maths in a sense.
Basically, yeah. And now bear in mind, I already had an anxious setting, so I never should have gone and done more than I could chew in. But as you said, I'm that kind of guy in it. So anyway, so I remember, I had an exam for politics in it, and that was like my worst subject. And I remember, I was because back then I didn't even know how to revise in it, so I'm just scrambling about. And then I remember, I'm already hella stressed, and then I go and check the spec. And I've checked the wrong spec.
You've had a meh.
So I've been revising, but I'm looking at the wrong spec, and I go, oh my God! I was like, and this is the day before the exam. I go, have I been revising the wrong thing the whole time?
You have been, nigga.
No. I hadn't been. I'm saying I was looking at the wrong spec in that moment.
Oh, alright, cool.
I revised the right stuff,
but you looked at.
But then. So in that second year, so now I'm looking at it and I'm starting to bug, and the bugging is just reaching a boiling point. And I'm in the living room and my mum's in the kitchen. And and what I remember, I just had a breakdown, bro. I threw everything on the floor and started bawling.
I'm sorry.
I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh, my life is over. And I just started bugging. Bro, apparently, to this day, my mum was like, apparently I was shaking and shit.
Sorry.
I was yeah, laugh at my pain, bro. Laugh at my broken psyche.
Nigga was crumbling like cookies, fam.
Bro, I was done. Because imagine, I was like, I've been revising for this for however long, and it's been the wrong spec. And bro, you know what it is? I think a breakdown it's like, you know the straw that broke the camel's back?
I haven't heard of that saying, but go on.
So that saying is basically like a camel. You know how like camels are used for like transporting loads of things. So you can put loads of stuff on its back here, and then sometimes it can just be that small straw. And it isn't the straw that makes the camel that broke the back. It's everything on it. But that straw was just a little bit too much, and then everything came crashing down. And that's what I thought happened with me. Like I was already stressed about, let's say, other stuff. That's what I'm saying. When you're setting, like when as a person, like the way that you deal with stress and the way that you deal with anxiety is very much set from a young age. Now, T touched on that when he was like, I process things like my dad. Yeah, he does. So that's his foundation.
It's a stereotypical Nigerian man.
Exactly. But then in a sense, it's a very sturdy foundation.
Yeah, I hear you.
Because it's seeped into you. In the same, so like I obviously like absorbed the way that what I'd seen from young in it, which is quite anxious, isn't it? So then this exam and this, well, the way that I tied the exams to my sense of self-worth, and if I didn't do well in exams, I was nothing, and this and that. You have to think, where was that perpetuated from? Why did I think that as a kid? Why did I think that was the end all meal? But that's for another episode. But bro, the way man broke here, oh my days. So I think, but I can't lie, yeah, I had the biggest release ever. Low. I just saw one very shiny head in the background.
My pops came in for a sec, but it's calm.
His ears were burning. What's it?
He heard me talking about me. He said, "Oh, what is this boy saying?"
And now he's gonna spend like 10 minutes looking for nothing.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, so then like I can't lie though, I remember having the maddest release though. Like when I had that breakdown, after everything had changed. Like, the way that I perceived everything changed. Because I had just been at one weird low. But yeah, I think that's one time I stressed back then. Now, do you remember a more, like a nearer stress? So this is A-levels. So that was back to A-levels. Do you remember a more nearer one?
Oh, third year, man. When I was unemployed and I was studying.
Okay. So, can you compare, so let's say 0 out of 10 is like a stressometer. Yeah. What would you say the stress you felt in A-levels was relative to your age back then compared to the stress you felt in third year? And how do you feel, was there a difference in the way you coped with each stress then and in third year? How had your thinking matured in that sense? This is a mature episode, man.
We're not usually like this.
Yeah, word. You know what it is? I think it was the serious news put us into this.
Yeah, I think it was as well. I think it was.
This episode's one for the mind, and they're gone.
It's one for the milfs out there. Shout out.
Come on.
But anyway, I would say obviously naturally as you get older you mature in it. So I was probably stressing a bit more like around the A-level time, innit? And I think because I'd had that experience of just dealing with exams and dealing with like what's next in like quotation marks, I kind of like had that experience from that time and used it small to like the time in the future. So like one thing that I learned when I was like stressing a lot during that time, bro, I can't lie, what I would do, after I went through that 4-point policy, I would be like, alright, cool, all the questions are no, just go to sleep. Bro, just go sleep, fam. Just go sleep. I remember one time, like in third year, I was struggling with one module, innit? Oh my days, I was struggling, fam. Like proper struggling to the point where I was like, I like rang my academic advisor because me and him kind of get on. Like we actually get on and we had a good relationship. I rang him. I was like, bro, I can't lie. I was like, bro, I can't do this module. This exam's in 2 weeks. I was like, bro, I can't do this module. Like, I was like, I would rather sign up for a new module, bang out the course in 2 weeks and do an exam rather than do this module, innit? He basically just spit. He was like, bro, like, he basically told me to shut up. He was like, bro, like, he was like, that ain't running, innit? So obviously, I couldn't control it. So I was in the library. He was like, bro, just pattern up and just like pretend you ain't seen the module before and start again from scratch. So I was like, that was actually a good piece of advice he gave me, innit?
Wait, so what were you previously doing?
I was doing it was one module called like futures and options, bro. Bro, I remember one third year in the year above me, he was like, bro, don't pick this module, like you just want to make your life harder. I said,
wait, bro, don't say that, bro. That's what I'm trying to do in what is it that mad?
Nah, it wasn't hard, but it was just very technical. It was like all like stock options, futures options, all the investment bankers that do that sort of stuff. So it was a harder module relative to like all the other stuff out there, innit?
Was it interesting? Sorry, this is just literally for my purpose.
Yeah, it was actually really interesting. Okay, it was really interesting.
It was just hard to do in that time frame.
Yeah, like once I learnt it, I enjoyed it. Do you get what I mean?
Okay, cool,
yeah.
cool.
So obviously, he gave me the advice like, pretend you haven't seen it before, and then just start again. But I was just like, that's gonna take so long. So after I had that talk, I went into the library, and I was trying to study. I was just thinking, alright, cool. I've gone through our 4-point policy. I still can't deal with this. I was like, bro, let me just try and just crank this in it. Bro, I was in the library for like 3 hours. Yeah, I read like 1 page. I was like, I'm not doing anything. And it was them ones. The longer I stayed in the library, the more I was stressing because the longer I was there and the longer I wasn't doing anything, and the longer I was trying to get it and I couldn't get it. So I said, fuck this, bro. I packed my bags. It was like 4 p.m. So it was bare early. You know them times there, like 4 p.m. Like some people are just getting to the library to stay for the whole night, innit? Bro, left the library, packed on my laptop, went to sleep at like 5 p.m. Woke up at like 9 a.m. Just, bro, threw all my notes away.
That's a long sleep.
Bro, I think I watched TV for a bit, obviously, and then I watched TV for a bit, played a bit of P4, like just didn't think about studying exams, any of that for like the whole day, innit? Then just woke up, said today's a new day, just boom, and it worked. So
fair. So okay, so there's the 4-point policy.
just sleep, bro.
So now would you
sleep, bro?
So you would add when it gets to a point where
Sleep, bro.
nothing is going in.
Sleep, bro.
Sleep on it.
Bro. Just sleep,
I like
bro.
that.
And if you can't sleep, vape and sleep.
Lord, vape then sleep. You know, see, this
gosh.
one's interesting because obviously for the A levels one I didn't know you in it, but for this one I did. So I think I was living next door to you in it literally. So I think if someone laid out like a page of different quotes and different philosophies that people live by, I feel like I could have guessed it was, because he very much did embody that very sort of what I can control, I can, and if I can't, that's it. I think it's interesting that you use the word control in it, because I think a lot of stress comes from the inability to relinquish control in it. It needs to go a certain way, and if it doesn't go that way, everything crumbles. That's what I feel like stress is at its core in it. I'm trying to think. So you would say the main difference in the way you dealt with it, would you say, was the sleep bit?
Yeah, just the sleep thing. I just said, bro, because sleep's just good, man. I'm telling you, man.
So vital.
Just sleep, man. You rest up. Your brain rests. You might even dream about an idea that will help you. If you're in that,
or just dream about features and options and wake up even more stressed.
Can you
There's
imagine?
no future. Yeah, you have no option. There's no future. Right,
Nah. I'm clapping. Nah. That one's good. That one is good still. But yeah, bro, just sleeping, just like, bro, like, yeah, just sleep, recoup, and then, you know, when you have a good sleep, you just wake up bare refreshed, bro. Hey, like, you're just ready to take it on. So yeah, man, that helped for me. I would say those are the 2 things. Or like, just do something that's like.
Didn't you used to use gym? I feel like you used to use gym.
I was
as
literally
well.
just about to get to that. Do something that you enjoy that has nothing to do with the thing that's giving you stress. So like, even like us, like when like in first year, that was like our first exam period together, innit? So like we like, obviously me, you and Favor, we had that routine where we'd wake up and like we had our little group chat during that exam period. We'd be like, alright, cool, everyone meet like outside the gym at like X time, go to the gym.
Did we? I can't remember.
Yeah, we did. We had that group chat. It was like, oh, like everyone to meet at the gym for this time, or like we'll ring each other and be like,
Wait, was it just us three?
yeah, it was just us three because we were the only ones living on campus them times.
Oh yeah, campus.
Yeah.
Bare nights and Scape and that. Oh,
Yeah, that place turned to a South London youth centre.
Oh my god, what a throwback. What a throwback. You know, go on.
Yeah, so like we had that group chat. We were just like, alright, cool, gym at this time, and then like we had our gym thing to like just not think about like work and that, and then did our own thing, like shower, eat, then we're like, alright, cool, library at this time, boom. Do you get what I mean? So, you know, just doing something that isn't necessarily related to the thing that gives you stress.
No, I agree. I'm trying to think when. Bro, uni, I was nowhere near as stressed as I used to be. Maybe, I was going to say this to you, maybe because we had our own space. Do you think that was a factor too? Not living with your parents?
Yeah, 100%. Because sometimes when you're stressed, yeah, and
they can make it worse.
People are on your back. Like, even say, for example, something like, if you're stressed, yeah, like say something's giving you stress, like under, like your girlfriend's giving you stress or something, yeah, and then you're just stressed and you're not even on the phone to her, you're not talking to her, but let's say you're already in that stressed mindset. Now your mum walks into your room, or your sister walks into your room, or your dad walks into your room, and let's say usually they knock, but this time they didn't knock. That's just gonna piss you off. That's gonna set you off, bro. So now you have your own space. You can be stressed and be comfortable in your stress. I know that sounds mad, but you can be comfortable in your stress and just be stressed without anything just coming in the way of it.
In a sense, you have some control. at least over that space, innit?
Give me a sec, please.
Oh. Alright, calm. I guess I don't know what's happened with Toye. Can you want to hear him on the mic? I said, I'm in a cool. You get pressured by his mom or dad or something. I'm in a cool. I guess I'll just carry on until he comes back. In general, it's just, I guess, how to deal with stress, understanding where your stress stems from. Okay, he's back. Bro, I can't like carried on here, and then I was like, yo, can you man hear him? All you could hear is, I'm in a cool. Hey, Loki, this is exactly what you're talking about. That's exactly what you're talking about. That's brilliant. Synchronicity. But yeah, no, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. What's it? I'm trying to think when another time I've been stressed. I guess the second time I was stressed was, not second time, there's been bad times, but the most significant one was the unemployment in it, and that stress was like 5 months in it. But obviously dealt with that a lot better than how I used to. I obviously had as similar to you. I had a lot of habits that took my mind off. Mainly one being crow.
As we know, bars.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? To that sentiment, I'm trying to do the celibacy thing just for a bit in it. Don't hold me to it. If you see me at a motive getting yacked and touching breasts,
just turn around. Just turn around.
Yeah, turn away in it. And that's not young kids. But right now, I've got an app I'm currently on, and I think I'll do a segment on it because I wanted to I'm basically the guinea pig for this show, innit? In terms of this stuff, like these like little discipline or whatever. I'll do it and I'll come back and I'll cut the fat and I'll be like, listen, this works, this doesn't. This is cap, this isn't.
You're basically doing reviews for people so people don't have to do it themselves.
Exactly. So right now I'm on 50 days of not smoking and 40 days of not beating my meat in it. So I was thinking...
This guy's moving like it's an AA meeting, fam.
Like, hey Fanuel.
Hi Fanuel.
I think at 60 days I'll do... Because someone had also requested it and I was going to do it at some point, but I was going to talk about semen retention and its links to spirituality, but then also how... Because you'll notice... I'm not going to go into this now, but because you want to mention it because we're talking about it. That's also another way that people you look to relieve stress in it. They're just busting up. But yeah, semen retention and its links to spirituality, and you'll notice a lot of like priests and like religious heads or figures within different religions always seem to have this vow of celibacy in it. So I've gone, you know what? I want to find out what's going on. I'm going to go into the fields, into the spiritual realms and find out what is and what isn't in it. But yeah, so obviously stressing, unemployment, loads of good habits. It will also help to just be around friends in it because they take your mind off it tenfold.
Yeah.
T's probably annoyed now because he's thinking I'm not making 9:30 gym. It's at 9:32, isn't it?
Oh no, I'm just gonna go after. I'm just gonna go after.
Oh, but is it all night?
Yeah, 24/7 thing still.
Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's similar. I'm not gonna go too much into it because you heard in the first episode. If you haven't go back into it, like sort of a detailed kind of episode where I was going into how I was traversing that unemployment time after uni, finding a job. Obviously stressful, but how I dealt with that, how I redirected that energy, and so on and so forth. Is there anything else you wanna finish on with the stress segment?
Nah, man. Just that 4-point policy, man, and sleep.
Okay.
Honestly, I can't lie.
Will I add anything to that? I'd say if you go through, so you know how some people, maybe like T, where you go through maybe isolated incidents of stress where there is an obvious reason, then maybe the 4-point policy would work for you. Whereas if you're someone that is maybe, you seem to consistently be stressed, regardless of the stimuli, then maybe you need to take a deeper look than the 4 principle for you personally. Maybe you need to start maybe journaling or whatever to find out, or try and find the root as to why is my foundation so shaky? Why does everything make me anxious? Maybe and maybe force some introspection. I'm gonna drop the keyword meditation. You take it.
Here we go. It's up to you. Set him off again. Look what you lot have done.
Yeah, it's up to you, innit? But even without that, just more maybe sometimes sit down and think, why do I get so stressed all the time? Like what in me was set this way that something? If I look at my friend, he doesn't get stressed about this. Why do I get so stressed about it? And maybe try and challenge that.
Sure.
And then maybe you'll come out a bit better. Maybe understanding a bit more about yourself and the way that you regulate stress.
Good advice, Fanuel.
Yeah, because more often than not, stress is internal, not external. But yeah,
this guy's coming in with gems today, you know, like that. Yeah.
You know, this has been a surprise. You know what? This has been a very, I'd say, emotionally nutritional episode.
It's been more lax. I've just got a lax feeling about this episode. I don't know why.
What, a lax vibe? Lacks vibe. Lacks vibration.
Yeah. Fuck off, man.
I guess we're now at the hour 45, 44-minute mark. I don't see the thing is with me, and I was saying this to T, like we don't mind going longer if it's real substance in it, and I feel like it has been up until this point. We did wanna, I guess, briefly just go on to like friendships as well before we finish on the much loved Young Sage segment. I just look at that Toye's face.
Here we go again.
So the friendships.
Are we gonna go into that? Do you wanna go into that, or do you wanna use it for next week?
Do you think maybe should we just like round out?
I say round out because your Young Sage thing will be like 20 minutes, isn't it? That'll take us to 2 hours.
True. In that case, wait, quickly speak to them and I'm gonna turn the line on.
And Niggy, you need to remember, we gotta run out of content one day.
Wait, one second. Okay, wait, alright. Keep the viewers warm. Let me just listen.
So this is pretty awkward. Fanuel's left his screen, and he's left his seat, and it's just me. Oh, he's back now. It's alright.
I'm back.
Yeah, let's go. Do your Young Sage thing. Okay. The reign is yours.
Oh my god. Okay, one sec. So, today's Young Sage segment. Today we are off to China.
This guy's a
We're off to China
fucking
today.
prick.
We're off to China today. I thought I'd give the lucid dreaming and spirituality stuff a bit of a break. Take you guys somewhere else. So yeah, today we're going to China, and we're gonna be looking into Yin and Yang. I felt this was appropriate because we had gone over masculinity and femininity. I think in which episode was it?
That was.
I can't remember which episode it was.
That was
4 or 5.
It was 4. It was 4.
Was it was 4?
Yeah, it was
okay.
4.
Yeah, episode 4 went into masculinity and femininity, so I thought it was only fitting we go into the what some would say is the, so obviously that's Western world, the Eastern world's kind of version of that in Yin and Yang. So I thought I wanted there to be some
decent. I like that.
Yes,
I like that.
Some continuity. Okay, so Yin and Yang. Many people would have seen the Yin and Yang sign. Pardon, the Yin and Yang sign, where it's you'll have sort of a circle kind of into two, like there's like an S shape in the middle of the circle, and one side will be black, and then the other will be white, and then inside the black bit there'll be a small white circle. Inside the white bit there'll be a small black circle. So this symbol is called the Tai Chi 2. Apologies if I butcher any of these pronunciations for any Chinese people listening. So what those two things are the Yin and Yang. And have you heard of Yin and Yang? I feel like everyone's heard of Yin and Yang. And
everyone's most certainly drawn it at one point in their life as well, or
exactly.
It, yeah.
In some form. I remember seeing it do you remember that Jackie Chan, the talisman
this
thing?
guy's just naming anything Chinese he knows. This guy.
Do you remember that chat, bro? Do you remember that chow mein?
Kung Pao chicken.
Do you remember that? No, but bro, do you remember the Jackie Chan Talisman's cartoon show? I don't know if you ever used to watch it. It was on CBBC.
Oh no, I'm thinking about American Dragon. I'm thinking about American Dragon.
Nah. But I guess I'm pretty sure it was in that too. But so yeah, Yin and Yang. The dark side is Yin, the Yang side is male. A loose translation, but not. It's not the same. So I need to explicitly express that. But Yang can be seen as the masculine, Yin as the feminine. Other synonyms for Yang are positive, light, sun, sky, day. Synonyms for Yin: negative, dark, moon, night. So this is a philosophy predominantly practiced in China, in certain sections, and it was born of a 6th century philosopher called Lao Tzu. That's also where you'll hear, if you ever heard of Taoism or Daoism, that is where Yin and Yang is from. So the actual philosophy, Daoism, is where that's from, and that was made by Lao Tzu. Daoism means, or the Dao, that's what they consistently try to get. The Dao is the absolute principle underlying the universe, combining within itself the principles of Yin and Yang and signifying the way. a code of behavior that's in harmony with the natural order. I had a good thing on Yin and Yang and where they believe it came from. They believe that to the Big Bang, when the universe was created, Yin and Yang were the first energies to emerge, which then transformed into the first human ever called Pangu. Ooh. That's also one of their... And they believe that, because you see how these two conflicting energies, they supposedly keep the cosmos in balance.
When
a key thing...
When you say they believe, who's they?
I guess people that follow the Tao, innit? So, or this. So, like, it'll mostly be people in China.
Right? Cool. Go
like
on.
Where, but I think China's caught up into a lot of different. Because I think there's even Confucianism, which is like opposite of Daoism. So Daoism is very much flow, whereas Confucianism is very... Sorry if I'm butchering pronunciations, but Confucianism is very much structured living, which this is basically opposes, isn't it? So I'm trying to do this in like a chronological way so it makes sense. So, like their main book, like I guess the Christianity would have the Bible, is called the Tao Te Ching, and it was a book made by Lao Tzu. As I said before, Tao means the way or to go with the flow. What they can, and do you remember how before I said it's similar to what we were talking about? How in a sense, your four principles, you're trying to go with the flow. What you can control, you'll try. What you can't, you relinquish. That is essentially going with the flow. So the whole belief is that we need yin and yang together. So in the Western world, it's like you have good and evil. Evil is what you don't want, this and that. Whereas them, it's like you have light and dark, but you can't have one without the other. The only reason you're able to comprehend light is because you've seen dark before. The only reason you're gone.
They coexist together. Is that what you're trying to say?
Exactly. Right. Yeah. The only reason you're able to feel a positive emotion is because you felt a negative one before. Right. You need both of them, and that also signifies that the little dot inside each big semicircle is that like they both exist within each other. It's a very cool philosophy. One what's the word? Metaphor they use is like how if you have a mountain and the sun will shine on one side and one side will be lit. One side will be dark, but you need both sides to have a mountain. You can't just have one. So they say they're consistently in the pursuit of Wu-Wei. So Wu-Wei is the cultivation of a mental state in which our actions are quite effortlessly in alignment with the flow of life.
You're gonna have to break that down to layman's terms, bro.
So literally, they're after a mental state where you're just in the flow. In the flow means, and you can only achieve that with a pure still mind, where you think of nothing. Have you heard of Tai Chi?
Yeah.
You've probably heard of it. Yeah. So Tai Chi comes from them.
Oh, okay.
That's them like doing these movements to align the flow in their body.
Yeah.
What they call flow in their body, the energy is called Chi. You've probably heard of Chi as well.
Do you remember?
So Chi's.
Do you remember that guy? Do you remember that guy? You know when we used to live in Stratford?
Yeah.
Do you remember that guy? That when we used to walk to like the grocery shop, Tesco, yeah, and
that Chinese brother doing the movements and that. See, that back then I didn't know, but now that was Tai Chi. And that's mad.
Yeah, crazy. That guy was even just. I remember we used to just like when we walk past the scene, we just stop and watch him for like 5-10 minutes, bro. We just feel like that's just. It just feels hella therapeutic, even just watching him.
I like because it was kind of mesmerizing, isn't it? So another way to think of Wu-Wei is non-doing, natural action, no effort. Action that doesn't involve struggle or exercise, or excessiveness. So they say one thing, so the way it differs from the Western world, we are tied to a mechanistic world. So it's like we're consistently getting on our own way. We're consistently stressing because we are consistently not allowing the universe to flow.
All right.
That's what stress is, because we need that control in the Western world. We need that structure. Things need to get done by this time. Whereas they're very much like, no, you must let it flow. Just give control to the universe and let it do what it does.
And then
instead of stressing it.
And then you just adapt to that.
In a sense.
I can see why you want to talk about stress now.
It's interesting, isn't it? What's funny is that I thought of the stress first, and then looking into it, I was like, it links. So they say, what's it? Oh yeah, so they believe there's two things in the body, blood and chi. So remember how I said in everything you have yin and yang. So chi is yang, blood is yin. Yin is also seen as to be open and receptive. That's why they would say that the yin is feminine. let me see. They say the Tao liberates the mind from its linear constraints. To act according to nature requires becoming receptive to the forces of the cosmos. This only happens after the complete stilling of the mind, which they call Nirodha.
Layman's terms again,
bro. No, bro, these are like, it's literally just like saying, bro, like, man just use common English. No. Alright. I was like, bro, wait, how layman is this, brother? So basically, it just means, because I get you, it just means, for you, actually, no, you're right,
I told me being unfair. I was bugging.
No, because you know what it is? Deep it, not so buzzword, but bro, when I've been doing all this whole meditation shit, is you're trying to still your mind. So a lot of this stuff may make sense to me because for ages I've been trying to get into it. Do you get me?
Here we go. You're better than all of us,
yeah,
aren't you?
I'm better than everyone. So
he loves it, man. He loves it.
It's basically saying the Tao, so the way, so the flow of life, it liberates the mind from the linear constraints. The linear constraints are how we view everything in a linear sense. Everything has to happen after another. Things have to happen in a certain way. Not the way, a way, our way. It has to happen in our way. And as long as you believe that it happens in your way, you can never flow with the way. You see what I'm saying? And they say to act according to nature requires you to become receptive to the forces. So you need to open yourself up, calm yourself down to allow the forces of the cosmos to flow through you, and then you become in line with the Tao or Wu. That's what they're consistent. That's what they're consistently aiming for, and they use things like Tai Chi, and I assume meditation, but probably more predominantly Tai Chi, to completely still the mind. Only then can you tune into nature. When
can you?
When you've completely stilled the mind.
All right.
Because think about it. If you look at nature, animals, they don't really think. They just do.
Yeah.
They just are. Whereas we think about everything. We're chronically stuck in our head. Whereas nature isn't like that. Nature just is. It just exists.
Yeah.
And that's what we should aim to become through the daily or consistent lightening of the mind and the thoughts until you're able to completely still the mind. And then they were even like, if you try and view it as a goal, you'll never get there. So this is quite interesting. I'll round up. So they say nature.
Do you know what? When you round up, give us like a 5-point summary.
Summary.
Give us like a 5-point summary of something to take away. I feel as if you should do that like every time you do this.
As after everything, yeah. So do you remember Bruce Lee?
Yeah. Hiya.
He used to eat. He used to always. Do you ever hear him say, "Be like water"?
Yeah.
That's a very Tao, like that's kind of from the Tao. Be like water, how water can change the shape. You put it in a cup, it becomes the cup. If it need, like, water can come in forms where it's completely still, but it can be raging in a wave. It can just flow into different states. That's what we should aim to be. Apparently, we're usually just stuck in one state, which is why we find life hard. Because life is consistently changing, and if we're not able to flow in that same way, we're always going to have difficulty traversing through life.
Yeah. I like
so
that point, actually.
It's kind of.
I like that point.
So it's very much modeled around us becoming more like nature, and they have a term for it. So they say nature, which is spontaneously of itself, Zitra. That's the Taoist term for nature. I think Zitra or Zitran, but Zitra. I'm kind of near the end now. They say in the Western world, one problem with, so the opposite of flow is kind of like passive obedience. You know how we pass on responsibility to governments to govern us? That disallows us to be in flow. Because we allow other people to control our movements, control what we do. They say one way for us to ever to return to that, or to be able to have that, is to have just let humans free. No government, no nothing. It's kind of anarchy, but not in a sense, because you know how anarchy has but it can't be. You see how anarchy has an agenda.
Yeah.
Anarchists want something. They say no. So it needs to be. Tao is similar to anarchy, but with no agenda.
I feel as if
the agenda.
Do you feel as if I feel as if that can never happen though? I can't lie.
Well, in our current perspective, yeah, because we've only been brought up in this era and how things are running this way.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, we can't fathom a different way because this is all we've ever known. Because we live in the West, innit? So they say this: true government is only realized when we have given up the power to govern. They say true leaders can only lead when they give up the yearning to be powerful. but that rarely happens in this day and age. So you have tyrannical leaders.
Never happens.
Exactly.
Yeah, never happens.
So they say and this is a cool metaphor of how useful things are in it for yin and yang. So imagine you have a mug in it.
Mm-hmm.
The external of the mug has to be hard and strong to hold whatever it's holding in it. You would liken that to the yang, yeah? But the inside of it's empty. And emptiness allows you to fill it with something. That's the yin.
Like that.
Exactly. So some people like you think of emptiness, you think, oh no, that's bad, that's that. But it's needed. You need to be empty to eventually be filled with something. Now I'm just going to finish off with some quotes from their philosophy, which I thought were quite cool. And they encapsulate kind of the whole thing in it.
You got them up.
Yeah. Also, last one, another thing which I thought was cool. Like, we need emptiness. You know, when you build muscle, you would say yang is when you're actually lifting the weights because you're doing stuff. It's active. Whereas the muscles aren't built in that state. They're built when you're resting. They're built in the yin. So it's just another metaphor. But yeah. So this is from Lao Tzu in that book. Being and non-being produce each other. Difficult and easy complement each other. Long and short define each other. High and low oppose each other. Fore and aft follow each other. If you want something to return to the source, you must first allow it to spread out. If you want something to weaken, you must first allow it to become strong. If you want something to be removed, you must first allow it to flourish. If you want to possess something, you must first give it away. And I think I felt very cool when I said that.
Do you know what? This might sound so stereotypical, but you know, I thought of one sensei saying that like Karate Kid, and then walking into the sunset and then just disappearing into the wind, and then the credits just come down.
So like, I kind of round off on that and like how important yin and yang is. So like, yin is receptiveness. It's like an attractive woman who's waiting to be moved at a bar. She is the yin. She waits for the man to come who is the yang. A black hole that sits there, which you would associate with yin because it's empty, but it attracts everything that passes it. Has the capability of yang. And lastly, on even a molecular level, you have in an atom, you have a positive core, a yin, surrounded by what? Negative electrons, yang. They say you can find the yin and yang in everything. I thought it was a really cool, even binary, 0 and 1s, yin and yang. Everything is a dance between yin and yang. An over enthusiastic salesman scares customers. See what I'm saying? You need to have a balance. You need to learn, and I think this is very much so for people listening. The takeaway would be this: sometimes learn it's okay to do nothing. Sometimes it's the best thing to do nothing. We're so caught up in a world where it's something. It's like we need to do something consistently. This. Sometimes it's okay. No, you have to know. To step back and let it flow.
Do nothing. Was flow yang? Was flow yang?
Flow is when they're in harmony.
No, but
yin and yang together.
I see.
Yin and yang. So that would be flow when you allow them to just follow each other in a sense.
Interesting.
And I think that's really it. I think some way to just encompass everything is your food only tastes good because you have had bad tasting food before. Yin and yang. You need the yin to appreciate the yang. And you need the yang to appreciate the yin.
Then when you have a nice food, you're like, yeah, I appreciate it.
Exactly. Because you've had times when you put something in your mouth and you're going, this is disgusting.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's a good perspective.
But yeah, that was yin and yang and Daoism in a sense. That was the Young Sage segment. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed this is why when T said go with the flow before, I was like, yes, he's literally said something that links into what I'll be speaking about later.
I didn't even know what this guy was chatting about, bro.
Exactly. But then, and I've always said you seem like someone that's so chill because you unknowingly embody some of these characteristics.
Small.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, small.
Even those 4 principles in a sense were similar to Daoism.
Yeah, I hear that.
Do what you can, but to an extent, then just leave it out. Whereas a lot of people can't do that. But yeah, that was yin and yang and a small entry into Daoism. The reception on the Young Sage segment has been cool. It's been like T will show me stuff. I'll get messages personally. It's nice, isn't it? I'm glad that, because I was a bit cautious as to how people would respond to that. An educational bit, and I think even T was a bit apprehensive. We both were. And then obviously after the reception, T was like, "Yeah, mate, go crazy."
Go crazy with it, man.
Yeah.
Just don't be casting demons out of me, then we're all good. But he already tried that in episode 3. He already tried that, so fair enough. He already tried that.
But yeah, that was a 2 hour and 4 minute episode.
Damn.
But I feel like this is quite content filled. I can't lie. I feel like it was a good episode.
It was good. It was a good one still.
As always, we want to express our just gratitude, innit? Because as Kofi said, gratitude is a must. Just the people just tuning in on a weekly, like, because we feel it, like, even off air we speak about this shit.
Yeah,
do you get me?
Every message, literally every message that I get from a friend, I'll send it to Fanuel, and Fanuel will do the same. So it's like literally every message, just like, like, it's just like, oh shit, like, fucking hell, someone's actually listening to my voice, bro. You know when I listen to my voice, I don't know about you, do you cringe a bit? Like, even, like, even when I say it and I go, come on, I'm like, who's this fucking cunt saying come?
You know what I find, like, a day after we record, it's jarring. You leave it for like a few days, it's refreshing to listen to it. It's refreshing to listen to it again. Do you know what I'm saying? And I forget, bro, it's us. So we've heard ourselves speak for the rest of our life, or the whole life. There's other people, they're hearing our shit for the first time. So it's cool to them.
I think it's just a thing, though. When you hear your voice recorded, you're always like, oh my god, I can't believe I sound like that. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Like, I didn't send you this message, I won't say who, but like, one of our friends was like, how she just listened to the episode 5 of AOF, and she's like, yo, I can't lie, hearing your voices get me through my week. And I was like, damn,
that's a good one.
Nice.
That's how we're here, man. That's how we're here. We're here to stay.
Like,
niggas thought we were gonna stop after 1 episode, after 2, here, after 3. Nah, it's just the beginning. So strap in, put on your seatbelt, and enjoy the ride. It's been good.
I think T's done it. You know what, T? With that energy, sign out.
It's been good, man. So this is season 1, episode 6. It's been a bit of a long one, but you know, we feel as if we've done the length justice. Do you get what I mean? We've spoken about quite a lot of things. Spoken about important facts, important topics that have happened. Some funny stuff that's happened during our week. So you know our brand by now. We like agenda, we like jokes, but we want to give you guys some facts. We want you guys to take some vibes from it, but take a little bit of something else that you wouldn't get from somewhere else. Do you get what I mean? So hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. As I said, you've enjoyed the agendas, you've enjoyed the facts, you've enjoyed it all mashed up together. You know how I say at the end of every episode, if you like it, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Word of mouth is very powerful. But yeah, man, if you've enjoyed it, follow us on Instagram, Agenda Over Facts Pod. Follow us on Spotify. Subscribe to us on YouTube, Apple Music if you use that sort of stuff. Subscribe to us on Apple Music. Again, tell a friend. We're on the road to 100 followers on Instagram. I know it sounds small, but you know, 100 followers on an Instagram page, that's big for me. I'm not an influencer, so that's big for me. So I'm saying, got to 100 followers, and me and Fanuel said we're gonna do a little something. We got a little surprise for you, man, when we get to 100 followers. So you know, smash that follow button, and if you know someone that would enjoy this, tell them to follow us and laugh at the clips and see if they like it. But yeah, man, it's been a good one. It's your boy T signing out. Fanuel, give a little sign out.
It's the young sage. Love for listening.
Appreciate it. Whether it's a second, a minute, an hour, a nanosecond, we love you. But yeah, man, this is season 1, episode 6. We're signing out. See you next Wednesday. You know the pattern by now.